Two.
Hey, Marco, you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
The Braves win! The Braves win! That's for you, Lopez.
Yeah, just for you.
All right. Well, can't say I watched much of the World Series. Can't say I care that much about the World Series. The Astros and the Braves are not two teams I care too much about. But I'll tell you this.
I'm with you. I watched Curse of Oak Island instead.
Yeah. Our man, Darth Lopez, friend, fellow. We should talk about that too, about 80 shirts in 2 hours and then pulling the plug on that. But we'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh.
we got a good show going on. Definitely a good show. We're going to switch it up a little bit because some of the news that's come out, we decided to do Toy Biz Toys on Morbius. We've got some the Seduction of the Innocence books that we're going to kind of rank about. Some of them's going to be like, why the hell is this even a book in there? And why, and what tier should it be? Like, oh, he's out of his mind versus maybe we should just change the wording on that, but we'll talk about it later too.
Yeah, we'll talk through it. Yeah, because I have no idea how we're ranking them.
Then we got a top 10 list of like, why weren't these part of that? Like, oh, you had a problem with somebody getting caught stealing a dress, but you don't have a problem with somebody eating somebody's eyeball out. So we'll go over a bunch of books, a bunch of stuff. We're gonna have a good time. We're doing a little bit of news. Look at there you go. Lopez is in here. Lopez, did you hear it? We gave it to you in the beginning. If not, rewind it. I hope you did. Good. That's good. We're gonna say hi to some people because we got a lot of people in here ready to go. Sticks was ready early on. Comic Collector Geek, good to see you. We also got obviously Sacred Jedi Text, Darth Lopez. I know the other boys are coming over. Oh, Repair Tech Tony, what's going on, my man? Obi the Gray, what's up? Hey, listen, for those people that caught our last dual simulcast show of Tales from the Dark Side the other day, Pete, can we do this now and tell them what happened, kind of?
Yeah, why
not? We're going to tell them more on Sunday. This week we're exclusively now on Rennavision. We got everything out of the way. We're taking everything. Well, we also dropped merch. Y'all are crazy, man. You all are crazy. Like within 2 hours, y'all bought 80 shirts, man. 80. And somehow somebody flagged one of our shirts. I'm not going to say whatever, but the Dark Side crew, the red and black shirt got flagged and then it got taken down. From what we hear, if you ordered stickers, if you ordered glasses, that was other stuff that's we're just talking about.
Yeah, well, the glasses are on the other site. The glasses are on
the other site. So it was stickers, it was on stickers and something else. If you ordered that, any of the other shirts, you're 100% good. From what we have heard, if you ordered one of the Dark Side red and black ones, that's a collector's edition. There's only 80 of those going out. It's limited edition at this point because they ain't printed it. Now we're fighting them about that. We did file a thing, but it'll be a second printing version. So right now you can have first printing exclusives on those for those of you got it. And thank you. Hey, really, thanks a lot for all that did. Like, look, we're not trying to make money off of it. We're just trying to get some money to take care of like giveaways and stuff. Speaking of that, we got a giveaway today. But man, we really appreciate it. We thought we were gonna sell like 5 shirts.
Yeah,
5 shirts. Like we were like, okay, cool, we'll sell maybe a couple. Next thing we know, we're like, dude. So either way, we really do appreciate it. Jedi Johnson, what's going on? Pete, we got some news, so let's do our thing. Let's kick our stuff going. So anyways, if you want that shirt, the second version of that shirt is up on which site is it now?
Teespring allowed us to have it up right away with no problem.
So they'll have that right now. You can get glasses and everything else, and you will be able to get I think that's in the listing below. If not, we'll put it down.
Yeah, both are in the listings, and most
the other one still has the other
designs are on both.
Yeah, if you got the other designs, they're coming to you. Don't worry about it. And we'll see what we got. You got the black and red. Oh, we got the black and red. Good. That's now a collector's edition. If I see you, maybe we'll sign it. I mean, I don't even know what to do with that. I can't believe they yanked it.
I think
we'll talk about it later. I can't believe
it'll be fine, which might take some time.
It might take a little bit. Right now, it's an exclusive shirt, which wasn't our plan. We didn't pull that shirt down. That was not originally our plan. All right, let's get to some news.
All right, news. Where is our brand? There it is. News. I keep forgetting to get paper, but I do have some comics, so I'll just use.
I got a couple. Oh, that's good. Always nice. As long as you're not taxed. Hey, man. Yeah. Look, you got to pay your taxes, guys.
Hey, it's all in there. That's all squared away.
Yeah, we pay ours on the internet. You better believe I'm going to say we're paying all of our taxes. We're not messing around with anything about that. All right, got the new phone. Don't know how to turn down the noisemakers. So yes, the answer to you people that just hit me up, we're going to try to get that shirt back up. Yes, we are. Okay. All right.
And yeah. I mean, it's always a lot of news. I mean, I try to cut it short, but it always ends up being a lot, I guess.
Okay.
Hey, why did I have to go 2 clicks? Anyway, 2 clicks worth of news. Going to start off with the box office. I always like starting off with the box office report. So just kind of a quick update. Last week, in and of itself, wasn't like a huge deal. I think Dune was number 1 again. It was only like 15 million or something tiny. So but it was also Halloween, so it's always slow. But just in general, Venom 2 and Bond apparently had a boost for October. Like they kind of let it charge, for the box office, which was kind of interesting.
It's good. Get back to it.
But if you look at 2021, Shang-Chi is still on top for now. This is all of 2021. Shang-Chi's still on top. It's got like a 30 million lead on Venom. Black Widow's done. And we'll see. We'll see how things end up.
We will. Did Venom come out in China? Do we know?
No, but Bond did.
Oh, Bond did. Okay.
Bond just did. And then we got a trailer. We got a Morbius trailer.
Anyway, this is what we were saying last week when they said they were going to have 2 things coming. This was one of them, I think. So, who's the guy that plays it?
Jared Leto.
Yeah. Okay.
He's good. He's a good actor.
He's something.
I know a lot of people don't like his Joker, but he's all in all a good actor.
Oh, he was the guy with the Joker with the gold teeth, huh?
Yes.
Well, let's see how he does here. I wish they would have gone with somebody new, somebody a little different. Or like somebody out of the C-rate range, you know what I mean? Like the old school. I wish they would have gone like a callback to like the old school horror stuff. You know, like the VHS is the little C-rate VHS.
Would you want to get like Chris Sarandon or something? Like it's Fright Night, but no, it's Michael Morbius. Like
but like you know, like who's the guy from Darkness, Army of Darkness, something like. I mean, not like comical like that.
He's too old.
But not get Bruce. No, I'm not saying get that guy. I'm saying get like that type, like that C-rate actor, somebody who you don't really know, who could come in and do a little bit of difference. Hey, what's going on, Cali Comics? I'm just saying.
Sony's going with the idea that the star will help sell the character,
which I don't think they should do. Which they didn't do with Spider-Man and turned out to work all right.
But I don't think that was their choice, though, right? Wasn't that Kevin Feige and Marvel's choice?
Well, then they should follow the Marvel way because it works.
Because they picked Tom Hardy to be Venom because hey, Tom Hardy's a name.
I will say this. I was I like what they've done so far. I just hope they use the blood sucking through the hands. You know what I mean? Like in the original Morbius, because they couldn't use vampires. You know, Morbius.
Well, I'm looking at these teeth. I'm not sure that's the way they're going to go with. Well,
he had teeth. Morbius had teeth too. I know, but like, yeah, those are dirty. They're not bloody. I guess maybe. I don't know. I hope they use the hand thing. Yeah, the trailer looked great. I think so too. I think. I was actually happy with this. I'm really happy with this actually.
I'm just kind of lukewarm.
Hey, Joe. You're lukewarm. Okay.
It just because it just seems it's not its fault. It's just it seems just like any other superhero movie we've got in the last 20 years so far.
Really, I think they. You know what? I think they're doing a little bit of a darker twist. You know,
I don't think they'll actually go dark. So any teases that they had,
not too dark. You know
what I mean? I just don't think it's gonna.
I mean, I think it's darker than I mean, like, what's the worst Marvel ever did? They played a Too Short song at the beginning of Black Panther, like, ooh, keeping it street. I mean, like. At least Morbius here looks like it's got a little bit of a, there's shades of gray and black in the background, like something you'd actually figure him in there. I mean, he's not like such a terrible character. Like he's not, he's not even like Moon Knight, like that type of thing. He's really like kind of more grayish area, but well, I mean, we covered it all. Go back and watch the tech stuff. So I thought it was good though. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I'm going to check it out. I just, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think it has to be 30 days of 30 nights. You know what I mean? Like,
oh god, yeah.
We don't need 30 days of 30 nights here, but not bad.
All right, move on.
Yes, I see him appearing in Blade, Callie. Why else would they bring him over? And then we could do the monsters. Thing, the original.
We'll hope they share, but who knows? They're going to share.
Morbius looks better than look. Joe's putting it down. He's already starting with the Joe just comes to shake it up a little bit.
I still haven't seen Venom 2 yet.
Can't say he's wrong. I like the actor better in Venom 2, but I can't say he's wrong. All right, why is this guy giving the like Hawaiian what's up?
Aquaman got COVID. He got COVID at the Dune premiere over in London. So
he's probably getting down with a bunch of chicks.
Just thought it was worth noting. Figured, you know, it'd have been all good, but nope. Even he still came down with it. Just a reminder, it's still out there. And this poor movie, Eternals. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, has anybody seen this movie? Like, I hear a lot of people saying how shitty this movie is. They haven't even watched it yet, though. You know what I mean?
There's 171 reviews, which, yes, like you said, there are probably people who haven't actually seen it, but maybe a few did.
And by the way, people probably really hate that there's another superhero movie going out. You know, like the critics a lot of times that pre-screen this are like, oh, it's another superhero movie, and there's really no acting. Yeah, okay, Siskel and dipshit. Like, when your fatty asses can get out of your chairs and actually go act on something besides playing yourself, we'll see how you do.
Yeah,
so
we'll see, but it is a little concerning. I don't know. I'm still going to try to check it out this weekend if I can, but we'll see. But still following up on that, though, they're still kind of estimating it's going to do okay. Like, this still seems like a decent number for them.
Yeah.
75, 150 world.
Of a group that nobody knows. Dude, I can't tell you. We did the thing on the Eternals. We got lots of views on it, and a lot of times it was people, especially people who were acting like they knew. There was a lot of people who had been buying the books and no clue
what the book
clue whatever the Eternals was about. I mean, no clue. I mean, I'm not saying like to have a revamped version of them, it has some potential, but it's also like world building, right? Like, if you don't like world building movies, you're not going to like this. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm looking forward to. I do want to just see the scope of the Marvel universe kind of expand a bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's what they're looking for. And
150 worldwide on their debut, huh? I don't know if they'll hit that. Oh,
just a little promo art reveals that we are going to be getting our favorite Shumagorath. I just like saying Shumagorath.
I know you do. And all I think about is like, it's the only thing I know about anime, right? No, come on. They didn't make this a puzzle, did they?
Yeah, it's a puzzle. That's the leak. The leak is this puzzle.
Oh,
the puzzle is confirming the appearance of the character in the movie.
This is what we're doing now. Okay.
That's what it did. I'm just saying. It was in the news.
How did Starro work out in Suicide Squad 2?
Well, we've already seen this one though.
Yeah.
In What If? It seemed to play well when Peggy Carter was fighting it. Help tie in a little bit.
Okay, maybe.
Well, regardless, if you're looking for it, Marvel Premiere number 9 would be the first Shumagorath. It's Doctor Strange book, so
cool.
If you're curious.
What's Shumagorath thing besides being an octopus eye and a ripoff of Starro?
It's like some weird interdimensional creature being
that tries to suck you in and take over your whole world. So just like Starro, but a worse version of it.
Well, yes, but it's got more tentacles than Starro. Starro's only got the 5.
Well, it's because he's a star, and this is actually tentacles. There's a difference. Even though Starro somehow had tentacles in the Suicide Squad movie.
Hey, and then this thing also stood in Vader's way on his way to Exegol. Is that where he was going in that one issue? Remember we had Ochi, they were flying, and then he rode this thing in. Anyway, I thought it looked like Shumagorath then too, but it wasn't. That was whatever the red, whatever the. Can't remember the name of it now.
Starro?
No, in the Star Wars book, the Vader issue was like 8 or 9.
Oh yeah.
It was like the red plague or red
behemoth or whatever. Yeah, for the red thing.
Whatever the heck it was called. Anyway, moving on. This one I question. All these World War Hulk rumors. And I want to say, this is rumor. Let's not call this news. This makes no sense.
I know, but
I don't know how we would get this.
What if it's just a break off? What if it's like when they did Thor, they did Ragnarok for no reason?
That's what I mean, but they already did the Planet Hulk portion of it. Like, what would Hulk have to be pissed about now? He's the one who left. They neutered the story. He didn't get sent away. He has nothing to be angry about. He left to try to save people. He did the noble thing in leaving, got stuck in this world, and then...
Yeah, but what if they do, like, he goes... Because then you could get the kid, right? Like, I think that's the point of doing World War Hulk. They can make it work. They've never followed one single story in Marvel from the comics, like, as is.
No, I know, but I just don't even see how they're going to make that connective tissue even like loosely related. But
damn,
who knows?
Leftovers just hate. Why you gotta hate on Mark? He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
You
try to give you Ant-Man tacos and everything. But I mean, I do get the point of this story is saying that we might get the real Hulk again, but I don't know if it's because of World War Hulk. But the idea being that we haven't had Hulk in how long now? We've had, Professor Hulk, I guess, and Gladiator Hulk. Like, we're just gonna get regular old Hulk.
Well, Hulk was technically the first movie in the Marvel revamp / comeback.
Ed Norton.
So, Ed Norton. So maybe, I don't know.
All I know is ridiculously this book is selling right now based off of these crazy rumors, which I'd recommend against buying in at these prices.
Sounds like somebody bought a bunch of them cheap and then
this was a dollar book. Like, you could find, you used to at least be able to find World War Hulk in the dollar bins.
Yeah, I always picked it up because it's a small run. It's a pretty fun story too, by the way.
So $120 for all 5 issues. Come on now.
No, they don't. They technically don't need WWH World War Hulk to get to Thunderbolts, because you can do the Baron Zemo Thunderbolts and then exchange it over to Ross.
Yeah, you could switch it over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can have Zemo doing
close. No, I see what you're saying though, Callie. It would be an easy trip too. I mean, we don't need to make things. Yeah, and so you do World War, and because of that, you have Ross do it, and then they do Thunderbolts. Yeah. Yeah, the problem, but why would they introduce the question with that then Thunderbolts is why would you do Ross Thunderbolts over doing Baron Zemo Thunderbolts? Because you already have Zemo introduced to the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. All I know is that book's selling for way too much. I don't be paying $40, $50 for World War Hulk #1 because I just don't see it.
No, I don't see it either. But it'd be fun. I would love to see World War Hulk.
Oh yeah, it'd be fun. But
I really want World War Hulk. But I hear you.
Don't pay these prices, guys. If you want to find it for cheap, God bless you. Go buy it for cheap, but don't pay eBay prices on this stuff.
Go to your next freaking con and find them in there.
Yeah. All right. Well, seems like Chris Pratt is going to just be doing animated voices for a while. He's now taking over Bill Murray's role as Garfield.
Oh, that thing's Garfield's still going, huh?
Yeah. Well, it will be now. They're going to be doing a new Garfield, just like he's going to be a Mario.
Mario. He's being Mario?
Yeah.
I mean, we can't find a single Italian American to be freaking Mario, huh?
Yep.
What are we doing here? All right, fair enough. Could we find somebody who could grow a mustache to be Mario? At least that? Can we do that? No?
Well, he just didn't let it go in. That's all.
Mm.
Well, he can be a cat that loves lasagna then.
Yeah, he could be that. I think he can. All right.
That's just a little tidbit. And then, well, we're going to talk more about this on Sunday, but we did get the trailer for
that trailer is amazing, dude. It's so amazing. Everybody on IG that follows Tales from the Dark Side, Marco, I know we got to put out a book or two where we talk about some more. Yeah.
You did. So hopefully you were following Marco on IG. And if you're not, it's in the description below.
Yeah. We're gonna hit up another couple that's gonna come through.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
You brought them up.
Yeah, we might have just kept showing them and kept talking about them in the chat. But it's interesting because we've got this whole. We already got it. We got it. Watch our thumbnail for that show on Rennavision. It's going to be very clickbaitish, but I guarantee you it'll pay off if you watch it. Just like my IG posts are clickbaitish, but they pay off in the end. Yeah, I want to say so much about this, but I really just don't.
I'm gonna hold it. I just wanted to put it in, so we forgot.
God, the trailer was good though. How good was the trailer? How good was that trailer? I think by far the best trailer we've seen out of the Star Wars set so far.
I was waiting for him to do the Lucy Liu speech from Kill Bill when it was when he was taking control of the table.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like it wouldn't really fit that with the profanity.
Yeah,
but still. I was expecting that tone.
You aren't expecting it to walk around with a baseball bat and smack the crap out of one of the pikes or anything. Yeah. Surprisingly absent the pikes, by the way. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we got Sunday. This is just the whet your appetite for Sunday for that.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of whetting of the appetite.
Just like we might. I don't know if we'll get any more on this, but it's just a rumor of a Maul animated series.
It would be bad. Why not? if we're gonna bring them back, this is how we should bring them back. Don't try to
something.
don't try to put them someplace else. There's, we could they could animate the actual Son of Death Mirror. How cool would it be to see animated version of Son? Well, we already saw part of it. We saw it like right. Remember, they cut it off right as
see more. Let's just get more.
Yeah, let's get it. Like the Darksaber part, like we got where he's like zap, like he gets zapped and he's about to take him away. And then we had to read Son of Death Mirror, the comic book, to fill out that gap. It'd be nice to get the in betweens there. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, we can hope. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, our next one might only just be for me, but I still put it in here anyway. Heels is getting a season 2 out of Stars.
Overly excited about this one.
I like it. I like this show. I don't know.
Good.
It's entertaining.
Yeah,
just as entertaining as real wrestling.
So Ruben asked, or Stickboy asked question. Sticks. Maybe we should ask that. Maybe we'll cover this on Sunday too. But there's a couple things they could do with them. One, they could do that the portion of Son of Death Mirror. The other portion they could do is the apprentice building, where he's sniffing Sith ashes like it's cocaine, stuff like that, like pre the pickup from him. So Heels is great. Joe's happy.
Yeah, JJ, it is. It is Green Arrow. He's actually a star on the show. In that match, he was the ref, but he is one of the stars of the show.
How do you get stars? Does anybody even get that channel anymore?
Yeah, comes with my cable package.
I'll check. I don't need. What channel is that? 8 billion.
It's in there. It's in there with all the movies.
I'll try to figure it out.
Got a huge chunk.
Maybe I'll read it. What's it about? Heels?
No, it's just basically about a small wrestling promotion down south.
Oh, a little mudder, huh?
Yeah, but it's like in modern day, but they don't really reference they just kind of reference up north as they don't say WWE, but but it's getting kind of playing off that idea. And then little territory wars. So they're in Georgia. They're having a little territory war with the dudes out in Florida doing the extreme bloody stuff.
Nice.
I'm telling you, it's entertaining, but it's not for kids. It's definitely not for kids. But with that staying and streaming, though. So apparently Zack Snyder's Star Wars movie, he found his star. The girl from Kingsman. That's what I think of her as.
Mm-hmm.
I know she was also the alien in that Star Trek Beyond, but you don't watch Star Trek, so we can't talk about that one.
Just hear me out. When Zack Snyder shits the bed with this thing, just remember, you heard it first.
I'm just saying, he's doing his own version of Star Wars for some. I don't know why. I don't know who's asking for this, but he's doing it. So.
I don't think anybody's asking for this. So is it gonna be 8 hours long?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, it's on Netflix, so it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be very blue and very grayish, all throughout. It's gonna be kind of dark.
Is it gonna have a lot of slow down and speed up scenes?
Well, no, that's more Guy Ritchie.
Slow motion action. No, Guy Ritchie does the one where they think through it. He does the one where it's like the pace of it slows down and then he speeds up the. They did it with Wonder Woman. He did it with Captain America, or not Captain America. Batman, Superman when he came back to life. Actually, half of the Snyder cut was just slowing down scenes and then speeding them back up. So,
but that's what we got coming soon to Netflix.
Did you ask who's asking for this?
Yeah,
Stickboy says Zack Snyder is asking for this. money. All right. Well, I mean, everybody's got a shot. What's the worst that happens? It sucks so bad we don't watch it.
Netflix has games now, apparently. I haven't checked this out at all, but apparently you can only get it, I think, through Android, and it might only be on phones. I don't know. There's some limitations right now, but you can play things like Stranger Things 3, the game.
Ooh, everybody's excited for that.
I know. I don't know why they're doing this, but they are doing this. So, games on Netflix.
Because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry right now, and people are trying to get into it, especially considering.
For now, it's part of the fee, though. Like, you're not paying extra for now. That's probably why they're doing it, testing, and then they'll start microtransactioning after a while.
Yeah. I think they're going to try to get up live feeds on there so they can actually live stream the mobile games. Because if you can figure out live streaming mobile games, it's probably a market for that.
Yeah, probably. It's a market for everything, really. All right, just kind of staying a little bit with gaming. Activision's Blizzard stocks dropping dramatically because I think higher up in the company left, but also They got some
Okay.
delays.
That's not kind of what happened. Let's talk about it.
She left to go.
She did, but why she was there in the first place was because these dudes had something called a Bill Cosby suite at every event. And it wasn't, I mean, like, it wasn't legit. And they pretty much were running a shit club over there and cheating people out of money. And maybe, you know, hey, well, there's an ongoing investigation and trial for a lot of the stuff that's going on there. Now, with that being said, she took over to try to readjust the way that was going to go. I think people just don't give a crap because they're not putting out good games. The only thing that works is Call of Duty, and that doesn't have an anti-cheat. So what are you going to do? Overwatch 2? Yep. Overwatch 2 is delayed, but fucking Overwatch 2's shelf life wasn't that great. Like, it's tough to watch it. If you can't get... See, that's the whole thing with Netflix, right? If they're trying to get a streaming service, you got to compete with Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook now, right? That's the big three because they cut down Mixer. Even with that, it's going to be tough. And who wants to watch Overwatch? Nobody. Yeah. Nobody. I mean, everybody likes battle royales right now or, you know, PvP servers.
Diablo. Diablo has a strong base.
Has an okay base. It doesn't have the strongest base as League of Legends. I mean,
well, yeah, because it's been so long. So another delay is just...
And yeah, but the problem with it is so much money's been put into there. But they also had to fire a lot of people. They were doing weird stuff like making new people come into work and do like you had to do what are those stupid things in offices, cubicle runs and shit like that, like where you had to walk around, bark like a dog, and you know really? Get smacked in the butt and stuff. Oh yeah, dude, it was all types of toxic shit going on over there, dude.
Video game hazing.
Yeah, they were hazing all types of people, and some of them weren't. I mean, like, look, it's one thing when you're telling jokes on somebody or you're doing something else. It's another thing when you try to show up to a professional environment and like people are trying to make you, you know, there's stuff you don't do.
I kind of want a Jello pudding pop right now too.
Well, I mean, hey, dude, you could always just let him date rape her, and then you could probably get all the Jello pudding pops you want. So there you go. Yeah, I said it.
All right, and on that note, let's go over to video game board games. Skyrim board game apparently is going up for pre-sale tomorrow. I don't know. I don't really play these types of games. Seem kind of cool. I always will have a special place in my heart because Skyrim is how I quit smoking cigarettes, which is by playing playing Skyrim. So,
do you think
they'll always have a special place in my heart?
Skyrim are going to want to play board games though?
But yeah, that's the thing. I don't know, and it's not cheap either. This is going to be like I think like $100, and then there's more expensive editions to get like extra stuff. So $100 board game is it's a pretty tall order there, Nordberg.
This brings up a very interesting point that me and Pete talk about. We have a friend, you guys might know of him as Phoebes or Dave. We were in his basement one time taking pictures and everybody said that we didn't do a good enough job. So guess what? Phoebes is right now in the process of securing something called Magic the Gathering cards from the 90s, like a whole collection. There you go.
Yeah.
And if he secures this collection, chat, let us know. He's going to give a little bit of hey, this is kind of what I bought. This is why I bought it. And this is what you should look for. Are you interested? I don't know anything. I mean, everybody knows Black Lotus and that there's fakes.
Yeah.
I'm
exactly.
figuring hey, man, he's like, no, you don't even get it. There's like $2,000, $1,000 card, all types of weird stuff. And like I said, hopefully he gets that. But we also have got the okay because he's back from Disney. We're going to go over there. We're going to shoot some more footage. So whatever toys are your favorite, you let me know, and I'll try to find them in that basement. All right? Let me know in the chat also.
And if you're interested in the Magic the Gathering, I don't know enough about it, so I'm interested.
I don't either. Yeah, he was talking to me, and I was listening. I'm always learning, love learning. I mean,
yeah, it doesn't hurt to know a little bit more.
So, I love Risk. Joe, I will whoop you in Risk every day of the week.
Oh.
No shot. You have no shot, bro. I'm the king of that.
Risk too.
I love Risk. It's
I
over.
like Castle Risk too. Whatever happened to Castle Risk?
I like Risk and Settlers. I'll run. Yeah, I know, Ruben. I guess they're expensive. That's what he's telling me. So maybe we'll run through some of that stuff. Maybe we'll see if he picks it up. You know what I mean? He says he's all good for that. So maybe we'll shoot some stuff.
Yeah,
for that.
we'll see.
Elder Scrolls will fit pretty well into tabletop games.
I mean,
okay,
it's got that RPG kind of feel. It makes sense. You can kind of do that kind of thing. But we'll see. Right. Again, if you're interested, the game goes up tomorrow for pre-sale on some.
I remember Payday. Payday to get them rid.
We got more Xbox sneakers apparently.
Oh, for who?
20 years of Xbox. So apparently Adidas is making more than that one pair I showed. Here's a whole nother pair that looks like the old Lakers sneakers, I think.
Adidas. Okay, cool. I actually like these.
I like the button on the bottom. I think the button on the bottom looks cool.
Yeah.
Other than that, they're pretty basic. So, I mean,
do they make them in a Sketcher? Because if they do, I'll buy them.
No Sketcher.
Oh, dang.
But while these might seem a little bit reserved, these Adidas, the next pair of Adidas, are not. Which is the only reason why I showed them.
Let's see what you got.
I don't know who this artist is.
Ooh.
But these crazy ass sneakers.
What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, there's teeth and a nose and eyeballs with
like a Mr. Potato Head. Are they doing the Humpty dance? What in the world?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
these are crazy looking. That's the only reason why I put them in here. And
hey,
there's another pair that has some weird teddy bears and stuff.
Well, good on that dude, man.
I don't know. They're just crazy. I have no idea any more about these or what their cost might be or anything.
I know that dude with that fake blue hair, that styrofoam blue hair in his cosplay just made a lot of money. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we looking at here? Exactly. I don't think anybody knows what we're looking. Hey,
that's why I wanted to pause. I wanted to share.
Mr. Potato.
I wanted to share some craziness.
I thought it was the Humpty. I was about to well, we better not get hit with it because we get.
And Mr. Potato
Digital Underground's about to play right now. Yeah, I mean that's what right. I mean I don't know.
Just crazy. But our last thing, one more thing from sneakers.
I once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. What do you know? All right, let's go.
One more thing with sneakers. I didn't really start thinking about sneakers until I probably saw that episode of Entourage 2 as well. But apparently they're doing this whole special Entourage like set of sneaker sales over on Sotheby's.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, so I mean, these are kind of cool. Look, I mean, they're not really my style, but
no, they're not. These are not cool looking, bro.
No. I like the turtles. What about the turtles?
Yeah, those look all right. Yeah, I can dig those.
And I mean, they got a few more, but just to give a sense, like there's like 4 or 5, I think, up for sale. But if you look, like those gold ones, not your style, they're $50,000 right now.
Yeah, I don't care what they cost. It looks like a Russian pimp turned into an ink spot, dude. That's what that looks like.
10 grand on these turtles.
10 grand? That's
10
legit.
grand is the current bid right now.
All right, that ain't bad.
They still got until the 10th of November, so you still have like a whole week to go.
They're size 8. What type of small person has 8.5? What are we doing here, man? What is this for kids?
With a lot of money with little feet, and they like spend money
kids?
on things like big fancy cars and sneakers.
It's for little kids. I can't wear them for $10,000. I'm wearing the shoes. I ain't wearing it. 8.5. I don't even think my heel could fit into an 8.5. What is that? All right. Well, whatever. You saw them twice. I actually got to see them like a half a dozen times, Joe. They used to play a lot of great things out here in Detroit. So
yeah, Tupac too.
They did sometimes. Yeah, a couple times they were without him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, he was at least with them
when I saw him. Yeah.
Nothing but trouble when they did that movie with Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, I don't even know why they make these shoes in any size. You should just make them all in size like. Make them all just call them all 10s so everybody can go. I got a 10. Nobody's wearing these things.
Yeah, that's true. Not for 50 grand, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, I wear Skechers and then I wear what are these things called right here around my house shoes are these things. What are these? Cali gears. Oh, they're Skechers too. All right, that's it. That's what I wear. That's what I wear around the house. So I got too much hardwood in here to be walking around barefoot.
Yeah. All right, well, enough on the sneakers. Let's go over to some toys. They did have pictures now of the bat and the Alley Viper.
Dude, Alley Viper looks super dope in the picture.
I wish it was a clearer picture, but this is the best that they had.
Oh, no. If you get to see like all the action poses, he looks super dope.
Yeah.
I will say this about Viper. Like I know they probably did it so that the sticker doesn't fall off, but it's now all like in the chest plate. It's like all the pieces are in the chest plate. So it is what it is, but
yeah.
How much is the Alley Viper going to cost me? I might have to. Are these 6 inches?
Yeah, they'll have 6 inches and 3 3/4 are out front. So right in front of them, I think are the 3 3/4 guys, and then the boxes I think are the 6.
I might
the classifieds.
6 inches.
I think they're going to be just right. The regular price. These aren't even limited edition because that was part of the story that people thought that they were going to be exclusives, but Walmart already sold theirs.
Huh?
Just over the weekend, Walmart had them apparently in stock. They just sold the shit. Like they just sold them. They weren't released yet, but Walmart had them and they put them up and they sold them all.
TY TV 93. If you see this, or Gonzo definitely. Gonzo, if you see this, get on it too. You know what I mean?
I mean, they'll be released everywhere else. Like they'll be at Target. They'll probably be on Amazon. There'll probably be in other stores.
There's literally nothing on the shelves out here.
Yeah, but
It's kind of hard.
Like I said, they put these up for sale, and Hasbro released a statement since they did that saying, it's like, well, there was no restrictions, so they sold theirs. It's not limited. We'll have more next year, so there'll still be more, but they're gonna make more. You know how it goes. They just will be delayed.
I still don't get why people think it's funny that I switch out, like I bring 4 pairs of shoes to all my cons. Like, I don't get why people think that's funny.
Well, 4 seems like a lot.
Sensible, dude.
It is sensible.
It's a long day. I'm not sitting. Look, I don't go to the food court.
I figured after a couple of hours, the ones you took off are good to go again.
No. Plus, you got to let the early ones reform back to their natural state so you can wear them again in the morning the next day. It's not like I'm bringing 16 pairs of shoes for one con. I bring 4 pairs of shoes per con, right? So they
all working 4-hour shifts.
We do need Toys R Us again. Absolutely. Yes.
All right. I got one more G.I. Joe for you. This is Barbecue. He looked pretty cool too from like the action poses. But he is going to be a Target exclusive guy, I think.
I'm passing on him anyway. So I was already passing on him. So I'm out.
He looks kind of cool.
I'm out.
Gabriel Barbecue Kelly, apparently. I don't know. I could have grabbed more images, but I didn't. If you want to see it, check them out. Like I said, it looks pretty cool.
Did you like Barbecue as a kid?
He was okay. This one looked a bit better. I like the axes actually look kind of cool on this one. And like there's little holsters for it on his leg. It's kind of fun.
I'm not a small dude, Joe, but no, I'm not grabbing them shoes. No.
Also, I do have a complaint about holsters.
Huh.
I don't know if you saw, like, I think I sent a message in our chat about me picking up that Sasha Banks Mandalorian figure.
Yeah.
I opened it. I gave it to my son, and then he tried to trade it in because he wanted a different wrestler because he didn't like her hair. So
cool.
Now I have her here next to me.
Let's put you. Okay, what do you got?
But the problem is that they gave her, her helmet comes on and off and all.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is kind of cool.
Oh, because of her hair. I see.
2 guns, but they only gave her 1 holster, so I don't know where she would put the second gun.
In the fake holster on her left side? Can you squeeze it into the blue holster over there or no?
No, there's no holster. That's just like an armor pad.
Yeah,
armor pad. This side has the holster and there's a pad. Like, I don't know why they didn't give her 2 holsters. The jetpack comes off too. Helmet comes on and off.
How did you just find that laying around?
It was the only one there. And then this thing goes to. This thing's awesome. But yeah, it was the only figure they had.
Hey, what's wrong with pork chock sandwiches? Put a little applesauce on it. You're good.
I don't know. Sorry. It was weird, but that's also why I bought
it. That is weird.
The only one that was there. It was on the shelf.
I mean, you could try return it. Say that you're missing a holster.
No, I opened it. It's mine. I'm happy to keep it.
Return it.
I would have been more upset in the box because in the box the helmet's on. I think it looks better with the helmet off, personally. So if it was in the box with the helmet off, I probably would have not opened it at all, not given it to my son, and just kept it for myself.
You think it looks better with the helmet off? I think your son's correct. It looks terrible. Her hair looks terrible. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you see what I'm saying here? Look, right here, double J's.
Yeah.
Not enough holsters and pouches. Well,
need more Liefeld.
Into the never holster gun. This is the way. Oh, geez.
All right. I got one more toy thing. These look kind of cool, and it kind of fits in what we're going to be talking about soon with the SOTI. Go with these classic characters. So the original superheroes.
2175 sold for 2175. What sold? Fred, what's going on here? What's Fred talking about? All right.
Maybe 2175. I don't know.
Oh, had to hit the horn.
Yeah, we heard you.
Oh shoot, I didn't mute it. All right, my bad. Fester G.I. Joe PSA. Dubs still make me laugh. Oh,
all right.
Wait, Fester G.I. No, wasn't it Roblox? Okay, whatever. Go ahead.
What was Roblox?
Nothing. We're having personal talks over here. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you guys have your personal talk. The original superheroes, NECA's making these. You got a Flash Gordon, a lot of little accessories. Change the hands. You get a sword. Nice little holster.
I will tell you that Sam is one of the greatest human beings there is. And his shoulders are like, yo, you see me? Yeah. That's one side of his shoulders, bro.
He's broad.
I would show you the picture, but it actually has my real family in it, so I cannot do that. But the dude's nice as the day's long.
Did you get to meet what was it, Max von Sydow, who played Ming?
No. Only Sydow. Plus, Sam like felt my kid. He fed my kids like when they were infants. Yeah, it's nice.
Ah, it's a good dude.
And there's a bunch of like sweaty dudes trying to hit on my wife, and Sam just sat next to her. I was like, gave him the look. Get out of here, you little comic book sturdy freaking whatever you guys want to call yourself, and left. They left. He's a good guy. He's legit. Dude.
All right, he's a good guy. But what about Billy Zane here, the Phantom?
That's terrible. Who wants that figure? The first two figures I'm down with. Does anybody? Jen likes the Phantom, but like even by the way, when did the Phantom's traps become like his neck? Like when you think the Phantom, do you think like, oh dude, the guy could like flex a whole building, or do you think like kind of sneaky and mysterious? Like, do we just need to make everybody jacked up like Hulk Hogan?
All right, they overdid him a little bit here. Okay, I'll give you that.
What's going on, TY? Hey, TY TV 93. They got the. I want to see you hunt these GI Joes they got coming out. They got the 6 inches for. Take a peek. Can you take it back for TY real quickly, or no?
Yeah,
not that one. Yeah, these right here. I want to see. I want to see your next video have these two in them. All right, they're not just at Walmart. They're coming out everywhere. So,
well, Walmart already sold them online. They sold them online. They didn't put them on the shelf, as far as I read. But they sold them out online. So
that Alley Viper's dope though. All right, Joe. I get that Billy Zane is a cool guy, right? And I feel you. He's cool. What I'm saying is that figure right there of the Phantom. Who wants that figure? Please raise your hand in the chat if you want Phantom with like traps the size of like it just doesn't even make sense.
It's a walk off.
I mean, look at how big that arms are. Dude, that's almost like Captain America. That's almost I felt Captain America like.
They beefed him up. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I have faith in you. Yeah. But the other two I like.
All right. Moving on. Off of toys. Just a tiny bit of comics here at the end. Apparently, this new advertisement for Timeless. The new Timeless series shows Thanos with this Mjolnir with the Infinity Stones in it. So finally, Donny Cates' teases of this meaning something. I guess it means something. I guess they did have a story for this.
Who cares?
I'm just saying. He had said something about this like a couple of months ago about this second print. It's like, is anybody going to care? He's like, yeah, you will. I guess now is the time.
Does anybody still care? I mean, hey, I like the guy. He's nice, but I don't care.
I don't know. I think it'll be, I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious what this storyline will be.
Maybe.
We'll see. And then finally, I know this is your favorite dude.
Yeah, this guy I don't dislike that much. I just think he's a little full of himself.
But, he's going to, start his own television division, apparently. Because I guess other people aren't going to make his stuff, so he's just going to make it himself, along with some other stuff.
We all watch Spawn, bro. We know what you make.
Michael Jai White?
Stick to TV, bro. Or stick to toys.
Well, they're apparently going to make some sort of weird show that's, I want to say it sounded a lot like Robot Chicken, but with the McFarlane toys. I don't know. And then apparently they're going to adapt this Image series for some reason. Thumbs, which I do have, but I didn't read it, so I don't know the story behind it. If it's good, you guys think this might make into something, worth watching, no. Let us know in the chat and all, but
nope.
I don't know. I didn't read it. I have it.
I like you, Zaggy. I like Zaggy AG. He's right up my alley. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe it'll be something. Maybe not.
Yeah, who knows? That's what I got for your weekly update.
Cool. That was a good weekly update we got within an hour. Not 2005. So the Amazing Fantasy 15 show. It actually.
Which one are you reading?
I'm reading Fred Bruno.
Well, put it up here. Oh.
Yeah, he does. I sold the 15 show. It was actually $2,175.
So
not 2,500.
I'm assuming it's a 9.8 of the not the original Amazing Fantasy 15, the Amadeus show.
The Amadeus show version of it. First appearance.
Really?
Yeah. And I think Joe's right actually too. Well, congratulations to Fred, man. Good sale. Real good sale. I think Todd likes headlines that say his name multiple times. I would 100%, 1,000% agree with that.
Yeah.
I would say that's the truth. Okay.
That's the truth, Ruth.
That is the truth. All right. So we still have Morbius toys coming up mainly from Showbiz. Actually, I did kind of a weird thing. We've also got, should we kick that out of the way or should we wait and do tier? Let's do tier list.
Well, we can do that. I don't know. I don't have anything for the Morbius background though.
Oh,
I can give you just a blue. Or you want green?
No. We can do tier list and then we can get to toys.
You sure?
Well,
I think we can kind of stick with the toys, and then this way we'll just be going.
Yeah, let's stick with the toys, and then we'll
just
go SOTI because we got SOTI for the rest of the way. Cool. All right, let's get into toys. I'm gonna do toys. We don't even have a setup for this yet, but we'll get one. Oh wow, look at it! I was just looking through boxes, and I don't.
Oh, look at that! Oh, should we tell people what we're giving away?
No, yeah. What are we giving away?
I decided we hit 1,100 on the channel, so it felt like we should give something away. So as we're talking, we're doing Seduction of the Innocent. Now, granted, these two books are definitely not going to be on it because these are recent books. But had Seduction of the Innocent been written today, I think Wertham probably would have raised his hand and not liked the Adam Hughes Gun Honey or this Kendrick Lim Gun Honey for issue 2.
You got to be 18 years old or 16. How old do you have to be to buy porn?
It's not porn, but it is suggestive for mature
enough.
readers.
It's very suggestive. It's mature readers.
It is very suggestive, but I like Adam Hughes, so I had a couple of these. I figured we can give one of each of these away.
Gotta be 18 to win. We're not checking IDs. I mean, we're checking IDs.
All you're gonna have to do is just in the comments on the video throughout the next week, just put in your favorite. I don't know. What do you think? I want to say SOTI book, but people might not know all of the SOTI books.
There's like 500. You can just go to the internet, look one up, and say SOTI book. Yeah, and even if it's not a SOTI book, don't worry, we'll still give you credit.
Code horror, some crime, all that stuff. Throw your favorite, whether it could be for the cover, it could be for the reason why it got picked up, whatever it is. We're going to give you a bunch too once we do the actual list. Tell us what your favorite one is, just in the comments. We'll run the wheel next week and give the books away to somebody at random.
Oh yeah, cool. Let me get off. Let's try not doxing people here today. Let me get over here and see where. Oh, good. Awesome. I don't even have the toy thing up yet. So let me pull the toy thing up. And then
we might need that because I don't have it up.
Oh, I keep hitting the same thing, I guess. All right. We don't need a SOTI list. Did I just shut everything down?
No, we're still here.
All right, cool. Well, if that is the case, then let me share.
All right. Ty, we'll see you. We'll see you soon.
Oh, next time. Yeah. Take it easy. Yeah. I'll share the screen. Come back, watch it afterwards. So we'll be here for you.
Yeah, catch it on the replay.
The Morbius toys, because I did like the trailer a lot, so I decided to do some of these. We're going crazy. All right.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
No, that's absolutely true. The first one that we have here, I cannot see on this. Okay, the first one that I have here is the Vampire Unbound, the Vampire's War thing. What's that?
The Marco quote of the week. How old do you have to be to buy porn?
All right. We'll make it a shirt. Might be an exclusive shirt. It'll get pulled down quickly. Spider-Man Vampire Wars. This is part of the Vampire Wars series back in '96. It is arguably, in my opinion, the worst of the toys because it doesn't even look like the Vampire War animated part or like anything. It just looks like a vampire bat that's like got blood in his chest. It does have a pumping action where it goes like the chest goes
through. Like, does the blood pump through the tubes?
Yeah, the legs when you squeeze the legs, but no, the blood doesn't go through. No, but obviously it's actually one of the cheap because there's a blade in this line too. This is probably the cheapest one in the line. It's only it averages about $15 for this thing, but it's a Toy Biz. So if you're a Toy Biz collector, they still use that collapsible leg thing. This was right around like in the 90s. Every Toy Biz toy, it seemed like had the legs that did.
Yeah, well, they took that from the Superpowers. Kenner.
Next up, I put a 2 for 1 because they used the not just the exact same sculpt. They just used a different paint color on this. It's the exact same figure, including the exact same bat. It's the Morbius on the left is from the Marvel Universe section with vampire transformation powers. It just means when you squeeze his leg, his head switched to the human version. His arms didn't switch though, so he still's got like vampire arms. His pants are lighter blue on this, and the color of red's a little bit different, darker red on the paint.
Yeah, it definitely looks glossier on the left image.
Well, it's the other one's glossy too, but it's just a darker pant. It's kind of almost like a purplish blue
It still
pant.
seems a bit more matte finish.
Yeah, they're fair. Okay, well, either way,
A little bit more. I mean, it's still a little shiny, but
the other one, on the other hand, has got it's part of the animated series one, and it has transforming vampire action also because it's the same figure. Well, the first one, though, the Marvel one, the 97, is the later version. So this Universe one is the later version of it. It's like a $15 fig. Where if you can find the Toy Biz one still in box, like you're looking 20, 25. It's actually been going up ever since the trailer dropped. So I would assume by the end of the week, these things are probably going to be 30, 40 bucks.
yeah, probably.
So get them now before later. If you find them loose, a lot of times make sure the hair's still attached because a lot of times his wig fell off on these. Oh, I think his eyes are a different color too. Okay. Next up,
toys can jump in that way price wise because there's not as many to go around.
Oh yeah, I think the Spider-Man, the either one of these was a $5 fig like 2 months ago, dude. Like dirt cheap. Even box. Okay, next up we have the original, the first of the Legend series for Morbius. This is the Build-A-Figure for what's his name?
Crusher Creel?
No, Abomination or
Crusher. Absorbing Man.
Absorbing Man. Thank you very much. You get 2 arms with them. This is part of the Villains of the Night line. Villains of the Night line. That was the 2016 wave. The low at one point was $12 for this fig. The high though has kind of gotten to about in the last week or so $34. I will tell you this: if you can get the Absorbing Man all together, that fig sells some crazy thing like almost like $180, $200 for the actual Build-A-Figure. So good luck with that. I mean, but that had like Ghost Spider in it, and it had a lot of the other spider things. It had like Jack-O-Lantern in it, and either way,
I don't. Those figures aren't always easy to complete.
That's not the next wave.
How many you find back on the shelf where somebody steals the Build-A-Figure piece, or they returned the figure after they took the Build-A-Figure piece, and the person who they returned it to didn't notice, and the thing finds its way back on the shelf.
The next, that sucks. Don't be that person, by the way. You know my opinion.
Yeah, just like Jeff the Land Shark. You know how many of that figure I saw with Jeff the Land Shark missing out there on the shelves?
It's a shame. Yeah. All right, next up. This is like the worst Build-A-Figure ever, but people love this one. This was part of the Venom line. Why Morbius was in the Venom line, beyond me. It was 2020, though, and people were buying any toy that would come out, so it was hard to get these figures.
Well,
pretty much sold out everywhere.
I think it was supposed to come out much closer to Venom too. Like both of these movies were supposed to have been out by the time these figures came out.
The rumor is you can still, if you are lucky, you can still find these in some Targets. You won't be able to find it on the website, but the rumor is you can still find them because they're clearing out for Christmas stock. You might be able to come across 1 or 2. I don't know if that's true or not. I know that when GameStop just had its sale like a month ago, that all the rest of these left the store and whatever. Either way, so the low, which is pretty much the selling price, was $20 on this fig. The mid was probably 20 to 30, but like, you know, it's a $40-ish fig, somewhere around there, $35, $40.
Yeah, I don't think I have that one. I don't have the full Venom line. I have like the Carnage and a couple of the other figures in there, but I don't think
it's a hefty ass Venom pool. It really is.
It looks like it.
And it was like this one too, though, had like Gwen, Miles Morales. Who else did they have in this line? Gwen, Miles. I know all this now because I worked with Phoebes and I worked the wall. Is Glenn, Miles Morales.
I was in this one? I thought it was the Venom one with the white box.
It is. That was in the Venom line. It was in the Venom line too. Yeah. No, he was in there. All right. Next up is probably my favorite.
Oh, they had Peter Porker too.
Peter Porker. Okay.
Or he was with Gwen. I can't remember.
He was with Gwen, wasn't he? Yeah. All right.
He might have been.
Spider-Man, Morbius. There's like 4 different. Spider-Man, Morbius. The face attack action. You would think this could have been a bootleg, how bad it was, but his face would like come out. It really, his chin would just drop.
Face attack action?
Yeah, like that. His chin would just
jaw, distended jaw action.
Yeah, pretty much. I will say this about these old ones: like if you look at the hands, I think one of these still have the holes in the hands, but this one they got rid of the holes. They just got like little wraps on it, and his mouth opens. This figure recently has started to pick up. Probably about a week ago, you could get this figure for $10. It's now in $20 to $30 range. I assume it'll keep going up. This is an actually popular figure. The tatted goods, as they say on the background for his cape, is kind of dope. And he looks like a vampire. He looks like Morbius, kind of, so it's kind of dope. Yeah. And last, I kind of put it in as a bonus. Good luck. This is actually a whole set. This was a Toy Biz set, but it was a BJ's exclusive. I think it was like 98, 99. It was supposedly in BJ's. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen the set before. I've heard about the set before. The Punisher, the set's pretty cool.
Oh, the trench coat. Yeah.
I will say this that kind of sucks about the Morbius. They use the same Morbius that they used in the 97 and 99 Morbius sets where you squeeze the leg and his face changes. The only difference is he's got blue hair in this one and a better cape.
No bat.
But they've got Spider-Man and then Spider-Man and then Man Spider and then Spider-Man and then Man Spider and then Spider-Man. Yes.
They got Jonah Jameson with a power stance, like what's with that
wide and power coat? Yeah, 90s power coat going on there too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the oversized,
the oversized NBA coat. Yep. It actually is a very popular thing. What would you think one of these would go for?
God only knows. A set like that. I mean, there's 8 figures in there, and to your point, I've never seen one. And
so it's like
BJ's
$170 to like $230, depending on the.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2. I was gonna say it's got to be at least like $150 to 2.
Yeah, and honestly, like the boxes are in shit condition because they were at BJ's. So, but they're cool, man. If you find them, scoop them. I don't even know how you're gonna find them. Honestly, if you find the figures, just scoop the figures up loose. To be honest with you, I think that's your best bet. All right, so that's what we've got for toys. We got that one out of the way. Let me stop sharing that. And that pack is awesome. Thank you, dude. Yeah. That, I mean, I wish I had it. I don't even know. Yeah. I'm gonna go over to Phoebes and we're gonna see if we can find one of those packs. That's kind of my hunt. That's kind of my hunt. He just sent me a picture. He's like, I cleaned off the pool table, which means we're gonna reload up the pool table, so that'll be fun. The box art alone was cool. Yeah, it's like each one, dude. And the back side's kind of dope too. Okay, Peter. Oh, I see why he did that. Speaking about adult entertainment names, Peter Porker.
Oh, I got you.
That's funny. We got jokes. We got really funny jokes.
Well, you took away dad jokes. Jedi's got to have an outlet somewhere.
Oh, Jesus. Or we might reinstate him now, I think. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Let us get into
here.
Yeah, for those that don't know what Seduction of the Innocents was, it was a book that was put out, what, in 54?
Yeah, I want to say that's about right.
About 54. Had this guy who apparently liked to talk a lot to children. I think he was a child psychologist, wasn't he? So whatever he was. And he put out this book about how comics are not for children and they needed to do stuff. It ended up leading to the comic book code, which like when you think, it's funny we brought up Morbius because he does have a link to not only the trailer, but he does have a link to this. The reason why Morbius originally would have to like suck blood through his hands, through those 3 dots on his hands, was because of this book. Vampires were not part of the code, not allowed. You aren't allowed to have blood-sucking human beings that were just didn't exist in the real world. Not appropriate for kids, apparently. Yes, it is tier time. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. Oh, I really do appreciate that, Justin. All right. So here we go. We're going to go over some of these. Now, listen, there's a list about 500 that he references in here. 500. Too many. A lot of them are duplicate restaurants, and he keeps blabbering on about stuff. Some of them have legit reasons to this day. Now, I would like to explain this, though, historically wise. 38, they put in the Child Care Act, right? A lot of these books that he's showing are from 38 to 44. Which, by the way, the same time that till like the 60s or 70s, you could still have children at the tender age of 8 years old working in the farm. And how farm agriculture, not just farms, agriculture. So they could be in there, the mills, they could be on all that. They just couldn't be in like the textile places. They're still losing hands. They're still doing other stuff. And you do have to remember this is around a time where, you know, hey, a little bit of violence. Yeah, your dads are over there fighting a war. And some of these books were going over there. They weren't all for children is what I'm saying. Like love romance wasn't exactly something that I think a 8-year-old was picking up. But yeah, in his defense, he had some very good ones. So I think S tier at this point is like, hey, that's a pretty legit reason that this book should not be shared with, it should be an adult reader. And I think trash should be like, you're just making shit up at this point.
Yeah.
I think that's how it should be.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask you. How are we going to rank these? That makes a lot of sense to me, though. All right. Legit.
Yeah. Just like the pinball ban. Well, the pinball ban had to deal with gambling till the guy could prove that it wasn't gambling. But yeah, I do agree, Callie. I hear what you're saying. Okay. All right. Boobs and butts. There is some boobs and butts, but they do not call them boobs. They call them headlights. Okay. Remember, the term is headlights. We will be using one with headlights. All right. So here we go.
At least one with headlights.
Where's the slides? Where's the?
They're above in the overlays.
Oh my God, you have them all in here. I didn't even see. Okay. Let's start off with one of my favorite. Oh, by the way, speaking of this, I didn't even know this. I suggested this to Pete, and then Pete said, bro, because somebody just said how much work we did. He goes, bro, you know what? I already did this in an article a while back. Kind of. I did the whole list, a whole bazillion, 532 books or whatever it was.
Well, no, we didn't do 532. Way back, not way back. It's probably close to 2 years now. Me, Ben C, and John Z did a show called Vintage Voyage.
Oh, Vintage Voyage, sure.
Where we went through the Golden Age books, and there was an episode, actually 2, where we did the SOTI list. I think we did about 100 books out of the list one week, and then the next week we did books that didn't make the list after, or non-SOTI books. But
so we're gonna do something similar, I guess.
Seduction of the Innocent.
I guess great minds think alike. I always like those boys. So
it was all Ben and John. I was just along for the ride because I knew how to.
Well, I always say John Z. Whenever I was at on-site grading in Baltimore, John Z was the only one that had interesting books there, and it was like me, my boy Sean and him, and we just sit there and we're like, oh man, I got 2 of those, but I wish I had that copy. It's nicer. So
he's a discerning collector. He doesn't go in and buy the Wednesday Warrior type stuff.
There's a lot of bidding. There's a lot of bidding wars going on back between us in those days because we don't use our real names, and he used his. Yeah. So all right, here we go. Police cases will drain the dame of blood. Yeah, she'd squeal if we left her enough blood to recover. His whole thing about this was that they were taking blood out of the person and leaving them there, which later on in the page, there's a plasma run, and they're like, we need plasma. And then you see black market blood being sold. And his whole argument about this is like, kids are going to start stealing blood and start a black market blood ring. I'm not
playgrounds littered with
I'm not shitting
syringes and rubber tubing.
Yep. So that's what he thought. He thought
Empty
that's what was going to happen. I don't know. I think. So I think it's got to be D. It's not the worst. Like I get that it's.
I was going to say this is middle of the road reasoning rationale.
No, the rationale's stupid. It's D rationale. Yeah, just like Callie said, it's D rationale. I would say like the violence of it wasn't even that violent. I mean, come on. And we're also talking about the the mid 40s. I mean, war is literally going on. Every time you go in a cinema, you're seeing people decapitated. We're having D-Day going on. We're having all these things. Fucking Nazis, for Christ's sakes. I mean, we're having all that type of bullshit.
Meanwhile, we got these 2 dudes kidnapping women and taking their blood and
taking blood and then it's selling it blood. They don't die, by the way. The women don't die. They actually end up having to get blood, but there's a blood drive, and they beat the thing at the end is they actually find the culprits and give everybody their blood back. All right, we do have a trash, man. That's trash. Oh no, there will be more trash. They took it out of her leg. Yes, they did. All right, we actually did really. All right, we're between D and trash at this point on this.
D and trash. Well, I was just kind of in that CD range, but
I was in D. D, we got some D. Let's put it on D.
For, police cases? No, I think we'll just leave it in D then.
Yeah. How violent? It's not on price or cover. You can put it on cover too.
Yeah. No. Yeah, we're not covering it on price. And
it's really like if you like the book or you think like, oh, that's inappropriate. It's more like, should this be in the seduction of? Did this have anything to do with seduction of innocence? Like if you're a 14-year-old kid, because he references 14-year-olds, 12 and 14-year-olds, a bunch of this. If you're a 14-year-old kid, are you thinking this is leading you to a life of crime of stealing blood from women's legs and selling it on the black market?
No. Moving on.
But comic, I'd like to hear what your opinion is on this cover because I also think it's kind of like the C-ish type cover. I don't think it's kind of one of the best either. Either way,
that one? No, yeah. Well,
okay. The bandage holds it from the trash. Next up. What is? Oh, we got the Batman stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you've known me long enough and you've seen some other shows I've been on, you know I always joke about this, and it's always references to actually the Seduction of Innocence books, because he said stuff like that. And he didn't even use the bed scene because that was later on. But what he did use was Batman 53, where he said it's inappropriate, pretty much, for a grown man and a kid to be in their pajamas. By the way, it doesn't look like Robin's in his pajamas. It looks like he's got khakis on and a collar.
Yeah.
But either way,
fully dressed. My pajamas didn't have a belt.
Sitting gossiping, having breakfast. He did also reference, not in this book, but that like a lot of times Robin played a damsel in distress. Where
that's the next
one.
But
it wasn't. Well, that there's something else in that next book that I'll get at. But this was strictly pretty much because a grown man and his ward were eating breakfast together after a night out.
After a night out of crime fighting.
Yeah. I mean, he said after a night out. He didn't say.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. You have all these books. Ah, nice.
That was a healthy hunt because, like you said,
it is. Some of these are
quite
tough
a few
to get.
books in here.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. All right. So what do you think? I think it's D again, trash. All right. Yeah, I think that is a trash. It's a terrible excuse.
Yeah,
he was wrong with it too. Like, it's just stupid. Even back then,
kids are going to go take the wrong path based on pajama eating breakfast.
There's much worse books in the Batman series that have something to do that may be misconstrued. But eating breakfast with your ward, who was a broke kid whose parents died, like, I think you're okay with that. Yeah, that is amazing. We all applaud.
That meme is a lot worse than that. The Batman slapping him. It's worse than worse than eating breakfast.
Well, there's the share bed thing too. That one's not good. All right. Well, we'll get to the next Batman book then too. This one, 64. He's reading a lot into this book. This is his excuse for this one. Not only does he reference future books where Robin's the damsel, quote unquote, in distress, he also says about this book that there's a scene in this book where there's a woman hitting on Bruce Wayne, and Batman's in the and Robin's in the background, not as Robin.
Oh, that's right.
And Robin's in the background smirking. In this guy's mind, in the perversion of his mind, he thinks that is this Dick Grayson? Which Robin is this? He's thinking Dick Grayson is saying like, oh, if only she knew that Batman's mine, not his. Like, you're putting a lot of stuff into this. You're reading way too much into it. I was thinking more like, because they were dressed the same too. I was thinking more like Robin's a teenage boy going like, oh, dang, I might be able to see a naked woman walk around the mansion.
Walking around the Wayne Manor.
Hey. Look, if he's dressed like that and he can get this woman hit on her, maybe I can get a woman too. That's how I read. I mean, that's how I read it to it. I don't know, man. I just don't understand.
Little does she know he's mine.
Yeah, I mean, I think the dude's a creep. I think, yeah, he might be. I'm here still. I haven't trashed too. Joe's saying collectability. I get collectibility. We're saying excuses.
We're not talking about collectability.
We're talking about excuses of why this guy put it
in why this is in this man's book, this doctor's book of why this book is inappropriate.
It's inappropriate because he somehow read the mind of a cartoon character dressed like another cartoon character and
inferred that that's what that meant. Okay. Nope.
All right. How many shows have the dads and the... Yeah, Cal's got a good point. I watch Goldbergs. You know, I watch
today.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, we're talking about the 50s. I mean, June Cleaver was vacuuming in her pearls.
Yeah, but dudes were still beating up kids back then.
Oh, yeah, they were beating up everybody, and that was the 50s.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is like still kind of... I think these Batmans were... If that's that early, is it still 48?
Well, 64, I figure.
Yeah.
I'll say issue 64, you're going to figure that.
40, 48, yeah, somewhere around there. All right, Diaries of Love, which is, yeah, you know, every kid that I know wants to pick up Diaries of Love book. This is phenomenal, Diaries of Love. We really got to switch it up a little bit because this is another one where I kind of see what he's saying, but I kind of don't. His argument about this book, okay, his argument about this book is that in this book, there's a lady who's like, hey, if I put this dress in a box and transfer it into my regular clothes, I can walk out and steal it, right? An expensive parish. Yeah. And his thing is like, well, you're teaching somebody how to steal a dress. The problem is in the book, she gets caught.
Yeah, so I feel like lesson learned throughout the story, but at the same time, to your point, the step-by-step thought process and how to steal said dress is there.
Yeah.
So I can see it a little bit for this one.
I kind of would put it in a D, but like the whole thought process is like, I shouldn't be doing this. This is wrong. And what kids reading what boy? Yeah, D. Okay, D. We got it.
Yeah.
Mars just put all this in the trash, but a lot of them putting in D. I just don't understand why I don't get. Right. You shouldn't teach a step by step. Whatever. I think they're trying to work with more art there than anything else. D.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It might.
I thought the cover
youth
was a hooker reference. Well, I think a lot of these covers, yes, I think a lot of these covers were giving to soldiers or guys in their 20s for so that they didn't get caught with adult magazines. You know what I mean? Okay, that's a good point. Comic Collector does have a good point. She did learn how to steal. It could, yes, but she could have done a better job of stealing. Sure, she could have put the dress underneath the dress she was wearing. You're right. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Oh, this one actually, he might have a point on. He might have a point on, but he might have a point on it, but at the same point, it's like an unrealistic characterization. So in Tales of Horror #6, now there's 2 books that this might have been, but I think it's been over the years has been tailored down that it is Tales.
Yeah, that they kind of narrowed it down.
I think they kind of nailed it down. There was one where there's a cover where this happened, and there was this book. This book was more than time frame. It seemed to be what it was. A guy steals money from a blind newspaper stand guy. What literally says, "I'm blind" on it. I'm blind right there. I'm blind. Okay. Here's the thing. I think they were using this as a reference to be, hey, this guy is a very low down, dirty scumbag. Okay. He, on the other hand, was saying that they were showing kids that it's okay to steal from a blind guy who owns a newspaper stand. Now, the question I have is, get the fuck out of here. How many blind people own newspaper stands ever in life?
Well, Johnny Dangerously, a man was blind, and then he got hit, and then he was deaf for a little bit, but then he was blind again. Just saying, Mr. Hand had it rough.
Yeah,
but outside of that, I don't know.
Yeah, never. So it's like a fictitious scenario. I mean, how many kids
Watchmen.
after this?
Wasn't that dude blind?
I do. Okay, I understand that. Like you're like, hey, don't rob the blind person, right?
No evil here, no evil. Exactly.
Real people now. I'm not saying fake people.
Yeah.
I understand the point of it, but they do show that the guy's a scumbag, right? And
I think that's more the point. That
and the point. I get that you should show it, but his whole defense is like, there's kids now out there trying to steal from blind newspaper people, and you're showing them how to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
C-. Okay. Yeah. It's 10 Commandments, though. I get it. Yeah. Do not steal. Okay. I get that. Job, yeah. We put them all in there. David, good to see you, brother.
Episcopo reference.
All right. Put them in the oh shoot, I didn't take the slide down. So I think we can put them in the C. Is C okay with this?
My grandmother shot me once.
CD. I think we're at CD. I think we're kind of in CD. CD at this.
What do you think out of these two? I'm only thinking of C in this case, not because, well,
I think it's unrealistic. I mean, I understand the point of it, but like, put it in D. There's nobody's stealing from a blind newspaper man, and this is not going to make it. They told you that this is a scumbag. Like they literally say in the part, scumbag stealing from blind dude. It does have a Dumb and Dumber feel to it, Kelly. I mean, some of these we pulled out because it was that type of thing. I did. Okay, now here's where we might start getting to some points. Oh, we didn't put the slide in there that had. Oh yeah, we did. Okay, so here we go.
Both?
Yeah, you put here. It's okay. Phantom Lady number 17. Oh, Phantom Lady number 17. I think we all like the Phantom Ladies. I think we do like the Phantom Ladies of 17. This is a headlight. Okay.
This is 16. I do like 17 though.
Oh, this is 16. Sorry, my bad. So 16. This is where he calls her he calls her a fat slut. And we didn't pull that page, but
no, it's right there.
Oh, is it?
He doesn't call her that.
We could that fat slut. Yeah, she calls it a lady a fat slut. So I guess he's right. You probably shouldn't. But his problem with this book is fat slut. Like there's a woman about to be shot who apparently is a fat slut. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah. She's not wearing much clothes, but his reference to this is that she is fat slut. So I'm CB.
Yeah, and that dude also threatened to like hit her, I think, in the next panel, which
he does threaten to hit her in the next panel. That's where I got confused. I thought that was the panel we were looking at. It is a gorgeous book. B+. Okay. David's got a point. It's got to be 2 slides.
Yeah,
two sides
I'm comfortable with
2 sides to every story. Yeah, I guess there is, but I still don't think like overall the comic book maybe you should be calling people fat sluts and smacking people around. I get it.
That I can see leading to.
I should see if I can pull out the I have this Phantom Lady, but it's not really the book. It's really like if it like got eaten away. So it's like like Phantom Edie, and it's like this big. But I paid $1 for it, so and all the pages are there. It's complete.
It's complete.
There's not much of it.
Complete pages.
There's not much. The pages are complete, but it was. I mean, fat slut. Yeah. I mean, I think, can you call people fat sluts in comics? I don't think they do that either today.
I don't know. Well, I'm just saying it would be inappropriate. You go into McDonald's and start throwing that out and see what happens.
Yeah, you start calling. Yeah, call people. Go into a Walmart and just start walking up and call people fat sluts and see how that works out. Walmart will get serious. I mean, I don't know. I don't go to them, but I assume. Okay, so Phantom Lady 17 now. So 17, headlights. Famous cover, awesome cover. Unfortunately, her headlights are too big, right? Her headlights are too big. These are called headlights. He refers a lot of time this to sadistic dreams. When he says sadistic dreams, he means women being tied up.
He's a sadomasochistic kind of thing.
Yes.
Bondage.
Yeah, so he's talking about bondage.
He had a huge thing with the Wonder Woman books.
Yeah, same type of thing. Which he was kind of right. Like, it's kind of freaky, but I don't know if this is turning like kids into sadists. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe one day whatever they do in their bedroom when they grow up is up to them.
No, but I can see
once
myself
again,
being
the Phantom Lady series wasn't for 12-year-olds. It was literally for older people that they called stupid, slow, and dumb. And criminals. Oh, which gets funny because of something he does later. But I think overall he does have a point. We probably shouldn't be selling this book. This is probably A tier. She's on the cover. His point is more solid on this book than calling somebody a fat slut. Come on, her titties are all over the place.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Well, as Leo said in The Aviator, who doesn't like tits?
Mm-hmm. Easy A. Yeah, poke your eye out, dude. Right. I mean, let's try to keep high beams. Okay. We'll try to Matt. Yeah. There, Matt Baker has got a lot. This guy hates Matt Baker. There's a lot of Matt Baker covers here, and he does not like most.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least an A. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it is A for awesome too, by the way.
Awesome too, yeah. Yeah, everything's better with bondage. Okay, well, let's not get off the rail with some of this stuff, but yeah, good chat. I think chat's doing really good with this. Got a bunch of adults in the chat. This is nice. All right, next up, better than the doctor. What's going on with this? I'm going to break another mouse. Okay. Oh my God, this is the worst.
T-Man.
Holy shit. Okay, he uses this book as an example to criticize this whole series. T-Man. You know what? I've sold this book like 2 times, not even realizing it's on the list, because I've sold a bunch of T-Mans before, and I don't, the T-Man was kind of like, what were those guys called? The Rangers, kind of like type thing, like
an Army Ranger?
Yeah. Kind of like the guys that would go around the Wild West and like, pick people off and stuff like that. Like, no, not the Army Rangers, but
a bounty hunter?
Yeah, like the Texas Rangers. Like,
yeah. All right, Marshal, U.S. Marshal.
Yeah, U.S. Marshals. There you go. Marshals and Rangers. So this one hit, he used this as an example, like, it's corruption of authority because he hits the guy and says, boy, that makes a sweet sound. And he broke the edge of the butt on the criminal's face when he whacked him in the face. 2 points. The other point is that they're always getting in fights. Like once again, the guy that's in the beginning is actually another one of these T-men. And he's about to hit somebody with a bottle. Okay, dude. I mean, yeah.
And he was talking also, there was also a mention of like the advertisement on the opposite page, which is why I had that there, of saying how many millions or people read this book or something.
Well, it's worldwide.
Like
it's like one of the worldwide.
Yeah, and it's like a worldwide. They're proud of being worldwide and putting things like this in there. I'm like, what?
Yeah, not normal people. This is what I'm saying with this book. I get that police violence is bad, but in the 40s, hey, not abnormal to happen. Really not. I mean, it still happens today. So, like, I mean, you're not having guys busting doors and smack them, break the butt of a freaking rifle across them. But, I don't think any kid's going to go like, oh, that's a good thing to do. It's just, he's also, like, a lot of the guys that they were hunting there were, like, rapists and child molesters. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I think C,
huh? Well,
yeah, never know. Look, James gets what I'm saying. Never know Marshall that one pistol whip a perp. Yeah. Yeah, like every Western ever moved. There you go. Very Sometimes Jack needs a whoop. Yeah, there we go. Good. See.
Really.
Comic collector geek. I don't know who he is, or maybe I do, but whoever he is, he's right on par with how I feel. Solid C. Do you think it's not a C?
I just think it's a little less, just because, like you said.
Well, it's a whole series. There's a lot of stuff that goes down in that series where people are punching each other.
I'll give you that.
Okay. I'm going to go to a slide that I think you added in the end because where did you put
I added a couple in on you.
Oh, you did? No, I was looking for the one that was the book where he was saying the guy was blind. Oh, you never put it in here.
What guy was blind? We did that.
No, it would have been. You didn't add. We're missing because we're at 25 for famous crimes. Did you happen to pull up? Let me see if you pulled this one up. Try it real quickly. Did you happen to pull up? What is it? Classic Illustrated 44. Could you just pull up the book and I'll explain why? Just throw it on a blank slide. Why I do this?
I'll get it.
All right, cool. So next up,
then what you're doing while I get that.
Yeah. So because I was going to use it for something that a little thing that he loves to go to. But next up, because we already talked about it, headlights. So Blue Beetle. Now, not worried about a guy stalking a woman while she's undressing. That's not the problem he has with this book. Oh, by the way, Blue Beetle, he doesn't have big neck rolls either. All right, but not a problem with her, like kind of like the front shading down in the area. Maybe
Paris.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting. You guys send the picture I put with it too. It's in the Hangout. Just put them together. I'm sorry. You don't even have to put the title. I'll tell what the title is. All right. So either way, with Blue Beetle 54, it's the headlights. He said the headlights on the girl is going to give kids perversions and think that they could, take advantage of women. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think once again, that's even like one thing, at least with Phantom, they're tied up and like their high beams, as somebody said, was on. I mean, this is like of the air. This is almost like a swimsuit, right? Well, we get into the 60s, it's a swimsuit. You know what I mean? Not much different than a 60s. I mean, you start getting to bikinis and stuff. Not much different than that. I mean, maybe he's got a problem with the heels. I don't know. I don't know, Chip.
I don't have the other panel that you said you put.
I'll resend it to you real quickly through Hangouts.
Yeah. While you're doing that, I can also.
While you're doing that, see what the chat says. I'm kind of at D and F with that.
Which one? The Blue Beetle?
The Blue Beetle, because the headlights. He said that it's going to pervert the kids because of the headlights.
Well, I don't think it's the perverting the kids because of headlights. I think it's kind of showing them how to be peeping toms.
No, he didn't say that. No. It is
I'm
all
not saying what he said. I'm making my own inference from
I would, but we're not with your inference. I sent to the Hangouts. We're not saying with your inferences. We're saying with what his inferences are.
Yeah. All right. Well,
this is funny. You just gotta wait till you hear why he wanted to ban this book. She's getting undressed. I get that she's getting undressed. So do you think because she's getting undressed, this is worth anything below or above a D? I guess maybe it's not trash because of that. So maybe D. I would say B. A. Easy A.
No.
Not for how good the cover is.
Not for how good. Not because you like her getting undressed. Is this a good excuse? Do you think this corrupts the Utes? The Utes are corrupted by this picture, and they somehow are now going to run into women's rooms with a knife, and I don't know what they're going to do because he didn't add in. He just said this is the corruption of children because of headlights. He referred to them as headlights.
Boobs,
I'm not shitting you. Not boobs, headlights.
All right. Well, do you want to? While you're talking about headlights, do you want to talk?
Do you have the extra? Do you have the extra? Okay, get rid of this, and then we'll put the book in C because I think we've lost their low beams. Put it in C because I think we've lost the purpose of what that. We can't do too many more headlight covers because apparently we've got a lot of males in the chat, and they're going to be superior at one point. All right. Yeah, it does look easy to do. All right. Did you get the other part of why this book is in there?
Yes, but that's separate.
Okay, so this is the reason why he put it in here. And this is a common theme he has. Eye gouging and damage to the eye. He put in here, because of this story, they say no gagging and no blind. And if you see, there's a red smudge there. So because the guy's eyes are bound up, he assumes that this guy's eyes have been gouged out. And that's why...
Not just blindfolded because he's...
No. His eyes are apparently gouged out. Trash for the Frenchman. That too. This is a garbage book. But that's why I say, like, he goes... Yeah. But you'll see more... Whenever there's an eye that looks like it could be getting tortured, he goes crazy about it. Crazy. Like...
It sounds like a phobia of his.
Yeah, I think he wrote like 120 pages on eye gouging alone. So I'm putting that one in the trash.
If we had it, but we don't have it.
We don't have it. So that's out of here. Okay, we don't. Well, we do. We have it right here. Oh, you didn't add it to the thing.
I didn't add it in the
Mystery of Paris. Yeah.
Your list.
Just so you guys know about that one. Sorry, I thought we finally got that one in. We didn't. Okay, man, we got another one that I was going to do with girls. And he actually has a legit, I think this is S tier. Okay. I'm going to put this up here. I'm just going to put this up here. Now, before you guys all just go headlights, I'm going to put this up here because he actually makes a good excuse for this one. And we saw this book. If you watched our show for Motor City Comic Con, when Lauren was doing his interview, he actually talked about this book.
It on the wall.
The book was on his wall, pretty high grade. I think it was either a 6 or a 7. Reform School Girls. And his response to Reform School Girls is, in a rough quote, not maybe a exact quote, comics are supposed to be fairy tales. Now, I would say that his argument about fairy tales and Reform Girls is incorrect because I bet you there's a bunch of boys out there that are going, yeah, my fairy tale's got her in it. But I do understand his point. They succumb to temptation, but I think this wasn't directed at young kids. But legitimately, if you're going to use a book to excuse, like, hey, this is supposed to be a comic book, I think it's S tier, right? Like, you can't have that going on the front of a book.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to make the this it's for everybody like argument for that book.
Yeah, I know. It's not that.
Like if this were the cover box of a VHS at the video store when I was a kid, my parents probably wouldn't have been like, okay, this is gonna be our weekend movie that we'll watch together.
They're not,
even though I did see some outlandish things.
Pete, they're moving it to A. They don't believe this is S worthy. They don't believe he's got an excuse that this shouldn't be distributed to 12-year-olds. Okay, all right. I mean, it's the Monoto. Yeah, I think it's S tier. Comic collector, please give us an S on this. And if you didn't see it, we had it on a wall a little bit back. It's kind of cool. Unless you're him.
Yeah, it was like the Comic Man Andy one, right?
Yeah, we had Comic Man Andy on too. Go back, watch that one. All right. Either way, I think it's S tier. Okay, we got some S's. It isn't an instruction manual. S. Yes. Okay.
Thanks, Comic.
Okay, there we go. Thank you, Comic.
Obi hopping in there. We go.
Thank you. All right. It is an S tier if there is an S
tier.
For
the purposes of what we're doing here, I think it fits.
I don't know, man. If that didn't get S tier, I'm not quite sure what would have gotten S tier at this point. Let's go back to kind of, okay, here we go. There's one. All right. Chamber of Chills number 7. So with Chamber of Chills number 7, his big gripe with Chambers of Chills number 7 is
the ass-grabbing skeleton?
The chain up of the woman in the background, the gratuitous violence, the man's shirt being pulled out,
the Satanism or whatever. He did a sadistic Santana. So kids are going to, because of this book, kids are going to be, they're going to pray to the Dark Lord and eat rats and hang women by their necks in chains. I will say,
I'm probably not handing this one out at Halloween to everybody. Who comes
I'm saying he might have had a point. Like, it could be A tier. That's not the book for, it's not
the book for kids. If it's what he's talking about, it's not really for them.
I mean, I don't think they're going out. Well, maybe some of them, but like, yeah. Okay.
I think that's ass grabbing. I really do. That one coming out of the coffin, going for his ass. I think that's
he does bring up homosexuality a lot. Does he say homosexuality? I think he says it in a different way, but he does bring up homosexuality a lot.
He does.
Especially
with the Batman books.
I think he was, you know what I mean?
Well,
I think he just needed to just scratch that itch, you know? I mean, do your thing, bro. It's 19.
This was his way of venting. By saying it was.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to do it. So this is what he was saying. He was saying that Batman and Robin were like sitting out there, and Robin was behind Batman, and Batman was getting hit on by a woman with nice headlights. And
you want
by
me
the
to
way, this is where he's got a problem. This is where he's got a problem now.
We got to see playtime here.
Remember, these are the original Amigos. Like squeezy.
Amigos.
Squeezy. So listen. So this is where his problem was. So there's a woman with nice headlights. Now he's got a problem with women. He doesn't have a problem with women with headlights in the book. He's like, hey, Batman's getting hit on by a woman with headlights. Nice. And Robin's in the background, smiling. And that's his problem. Wait, you don't have a problem with headlights in that, but you had a problem with whatever. Either way. Okay. So off of Batman and Robin, I forgot to do my little play there with those two characters.
The skit. Our version of Robot Chicken, which we will
that is it. Yeah.
Name.
All right. Next up is another weird book.
Rooster.
He actually had like half a dozen classic comics / comics illustrated. You know, it's the same book pretty much. In there, this one is number 13. I swear to God, he had a 12-year-old or 14-year-old read this book. Okay. And then decided to take notes on what the 14-year-old said. And I will give him one thing. I think he interviewed a fucking psychopath. But Dr. Jekyll,
and that the young boy's name was John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, it might have been. So the kid's book review on this was there's a doctor, and then he drinks some liquid that he makes up, and then he turns into a monster. And then the monster kills little girls. And then at the end, he said, I like the part now he took it without context or whatever, but he goes, I like the part where the monster hits the girl with the cane. Okay, yeah. I mean, right. I get it. Like, if you're a psychopath and you see this stuff, you're still going to be a psychopath. I'm not quite sure that's proof that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is like the end-all, be-all story that's going to turn you down to that path. You know what I mean?
Then Tom and Jerry cartoons turn kids down that path too because of the.
Don't worry, he's got some
inherent
stuff for that
violence.
We haven't gotten to that yet.
I don't.
I think in the grand scheme of things,
I don't even know where Jekyll and Hyde is. Here it is.
Yeah, it's the first horror book.
I think it's just
so he knows what comic collector knows what I'm talking about. Like the kid was already messed up, dude. Like the kid, he was as a psycho will say, the comics made him do it.
Really would have liked to seen him torture them more.
He does bring up made a life of mixing and drinking stuff, and then I like him. He's killing little girls. I really think there was a problem with the kid you were interviewing. But it was he was right. It's the first horror. So, but
it's the story of Jekyll and Hyde. Like,
I mean that was part of it too. Like the damn Yankee stuff, he had no problem with any of it. We didn't bring him up, but he didn't have any problem with like the damn Yankee stuff.
Old Schomburgs.
Yeah, with the Schomburgs. Yeah. We probably should have.
There was a lot of covers with.
I was gonna do it, but I didn't. Those things, some of those are
unappealing or
offensive. And I didn't want to.
They're very offensive covers.
Yeah. All right. But he didn't have a problem with those. Didn't. So, anyways, I think we put it in D because he does have a point that a psychopath told him that he likes girls getting hit over with but the kid was a psychopath, right? Like at that point, you don't blame the comic. You go like, hey, this kid needs help. Like, let's get him some help. So,
Yeah, C maybe.
See,
D. I mean, like he was a psycho.
I think it's ridiculous. It's
F,
okay.
okay.
If you're gonna let the kid read the novel or the book, then it's not the comic that's the problem.
Right.
You have a problem with the subject.
You're right. Yeah. So there you go. You're right. Okay, I guess you're right. No, put in trash. You're right, because it was the kid that's a psycho, not the comic. All right.
I mean, it's the story's the story. I mean, you could say all you want that, hey, that story shouldn't be adapted for kids. All right, maybe that's a fair argument, but
what about the fairy tales, the grim fairy tales? Fucking A, man. That was, or this is about what, 3-5 years? So 44, 40, it's 41, 36, so like 8 years before these. So like, yeah, I mean, yeah, fucked up. Okay. So maybe that kid heard Grimm's fairy tales as a kid and then started reading this as a teenager.
Comic maybe do it.
Yeah.
Marv says.
I agree. That's a lame excuse.
All right, where are we at?
Crime
I threw this one
suspension.
in.
I know you did. And you know why this is, or do you want to explain it, or do you want me to explain it?
Oh, you could explain it. It's. I don't think you really did. I mean,
I don't think you need a lot of explanations. He thinks that this is going to cause. Well, first off, so EC wasn't huge on his radar just because EC wasn't a huge publisher at the time. So he didn't get all the good EC books in there. But anytime he could sneak in one about like a woman being strangled under the water, he thought this would perpetuate that type of action, right, Pete? Like,
yeah,
violence against women. Which, yeah, dude. Except for we don't know. That could be a woman's hands. You don't know, bro. It could be a strong one. Hey, that could be Gino Carano. You don't know, bro. You don't know. No. I will say not for kids.
Probably not for kids.
B not for kids. Strangling a woman underwater. B for sure.
Oh, wrong one. I grabbed the wrong one. We have B. Is that what?
Yeah, I think so.
That's where I felt. That's where I wanted to put it. At least B. Well, I mean, it could be A when you think about it.
Oh God, yeah. Well, that's a nice. Yeah, that's a. I think C, just not meant for kids. Yeah, it's just not meant for kids. All right.
I gave it a little extra bump because it's right there on the cover. Yeah, it's
right there on the cover.
It's just kind of.
Speaking of on the cover, in the same type of area, another EC that he goes after, and this is a famous EC book. And he does. Yeah. This is the thing that I'll give him about this. Whenever he had an issue with the bone breaking, it could cause people to commit suicide, but he does stand his ground on lynching is bad. Any form of lynching, even if it's self-lynching, is bad. And in that, I will give him yes, definitely not for kids. Like, you shouldn't do it. Not good. Should never been done. So yeah, I mean, good point. I think when you see in his legitimacy of Reform Girls and this book, I think he actually does have a solid point on it. And unlike the eye thing, the eye fetish that he has, or the homophobic fetish that he has, or homosexual fetish that he has, I think that this is a little legitimate, more of like, if you're going to have a gripe with things, sure. Because when he does take that, when he takes hangings into effect, he does talk about, should we say, the racial tension in the area a lot of times too. Yeah, and we'll get to something a little bit later about that. So I think if it's it could be AS tier. I think we're up there. AS, S.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about this. It's just not something I can admit. Yeah, it just would not be
some weird eye fetish, man.
Kid.
Hey, Comic Journey, way to get in right when we're talking, and Gentlewoman in general, right when we're talking about hangings and eye fetishes and homosexual fantasies. That's correct, right? That's what he was having, right? He was projecting onto the Batman thing. So
yeah, I think he was probably projecting.
I think it's probably what it was. He wasn't, David. Actually, he wasn't. He was very strong. He does very strongly words this. There's actually a book we'll get to where he brings up a point, and I think we can adjust with him, or we can agree with him maybe on it. So the Haunt of Fear 10.
This is one I wasn't sure if I had the right one at first. Number wise, because there were a few Haunt of Fears, but this is what you had written that you'd wanted. So I went to find it.
Yeah. Oh, so his excuse for this was apparently he didn't have much to say about this, but he goes, this is cover for a child, huh? Well, I don't even think this is one of the worst covers. I mean, yeah, there's a skeleton. Oh, God. So the guy that I have in the bowl hitting him. This was his reference.
Zombie bowl?
Yeah. Okay.
And these guys doing a zombie dance? It looks like they're, yeah.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. This isn't this book. This is a different book. Which one was this? Haunt of Fear. I gotta find Haunt of Fear. Sorry, that was Crime Something. Was for kids. Whatever, man. Either way, with this one, this is another one where he just is going off about how you shouldn't have zombie bulls and sadistic stuff.
Zombie Mary, well, not Mary.
I think it's a D. I mean, yeah, it's not for kids, but I don't think it's the worst thing. I think zombies are okay for it. I didn't think it was an S. Yeah, I think I got the wrong book. I think we agree.
It might have been the wrong number. That's why I forgot to check with you. But
I think it's the wrong number. I think we got
a lot of running around today, so didn't have a lot of
wrong number. So yeah, put it in trash. Wrong number. I think that's where we got screwed up with the one book with the illustrated in that book, but it's all right. Up next is 18.
19.
Right? 19. I knew it was 18. We screwed up on that. We double screwed up on this.
Yeah,
so
I had
19.
I had
19 inside they have, and he said, look at the catcher, which has got like a bunch of body parts, and that they're playing baseball with a dead person's head. By the way, Comic, thank you for correcting us on that. We do appreciate it. 17 and 19. We cut 17 out. Yeah. We had messed this up. We put the second page in with 17.
Yeah, we got all turned around.
We got all turned around, man. But we've had a long.
It was a busy day.
Yeah. So either way, here we go. Number 19, which is the other one that he's talking about here, and it has to deal with zombie baseball because that's real.
I still think 10 could have made the list, though. I think David's got a point with Brokeback Zombie Mountain.
Maybe could have. Yeah, I think that's it, right? This was the baseball issue. This was on. You think this is S tier? You think baseball zombie? It's a cool book, but I guess there's a head being chopped off in the front.
Wait, are we implying that a kid reading a story of zombies playing baseball with a head means kids are going to start cutting other kids' heads off to play baseball?
Well, yeah, but also he specifically said, look at the armor on the umper, like look at the umper's vest. So kids are also going to use torsos from dead bodies.
Yeah, they're going to. Well,
I mean, it's not for kids. In Comic Collector's defense, this is definitely not a kid-friendly book. You think it's not this book's no. Yeah.
I don't know. To a point where I think the extreme goofy nature of putting zombies and body parts into a baseball game takes away and almost humorizes it a bit. Whereas I'm just saying some kids, especially we're talking about 14-year-olds. Yes. Would I give this to an 8-year-old? No.
Hey,
14, he might be. You know what? I saw Nightmare on Elm Street. This isn't the worst thing in the world. You know what I mean? Like,
Pete, the chat has killed us with this. They're saying S tier. Put it in S tier. Don't argue.
Right. Wait, S?
Don't argue with the chat. They're going to kill us.
All right.
Sometimes you can't afford sport equipment. No crying in zombie baseball. These are some good comments. Because of the comments alone.
Wait, I'm going to screw this up. Because this was the old. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. I switched the thing. The 17.
Okay,
I got there.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, because it's 18, right? Yeah. Oh, that's 17
9.
that you.
No, because again, that's where we got turned around in the beginning.
Yeah, that's where we got turned around with the 10 and whatever. Okay,
I updated the slides you're showing, but I didn't update.
Mutant League Football was one of the best Sega Genesis games there was out there. All right, that's all.
Moving on. We got a few left.
I'm trying to figure out. Okay, here we go. So you said earlier, when's he going to talk about Tom and Jerry? Well, he didn't, but he talked about Bugs Bunny. A little bit of and I guess some of the stuff is kind of, when you look back on it, might the jokes be off colored now? Sure. At the time, might have been off.
Sure, but
no, we're talking Comic Journey. We're talking about the books that the doctor made an excuse and actually are right. Like, yeah, it's probably not for kids.
Yeah. So if it's S tier on this, it's because his point was valid that this book probably isn't for kids.
Oh, so this is what it was. Think they didn't like eye injuries because they're really easy for. Yeah, but at one point it has somebody putting a. Okay, all right. Well, I mean, it is. Yeah. The worst ones. Yes, that's pretty much what it is. Yeah, that's the easy way to explain it. Put the worst ones up there. So Bugs Bunny, number 250, the 4 colors. Yes, the 4 colors made this. He does have some interesting takes on some of these. At one point, he kind of references some of these funny books as being the example of good books, but then he this one's got pygmies on it and devils and stuff, and so then
I think he just was a little ashamed that he got turned on with Bugs Bunny dressed up like a girl.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh wait, so that was Garth in Wayne's World. That wasn't. Forget
Either
it.
way,
Either way, I don't think this qualifies as an S tier book.
No.
Let's see it. Yeah, I think it's F tier for that too. Everything I know about.
Yeah, that's garbage. There's nothing wrong with a Bugs Bunny. We can't give a kid a Bugs Bunny book. What can we give
dude? I'm telling you, man. Well, it gets. There's another one on here where it's the same one. We'll get to it in a little bit. Crime Punishment number 16. This is a good book because you didn't add the pages I told you to add. But in this is another thing that he does a lot of. He gets on the horse about portraying police officers, right, in a negative light. We talked about the cracking of the other thing. But in this was a reform letter that had a police officer saying like nicely, like, hey, some of these criminals in the
I thought
40s,
that was on the cover, that little snippet, no?
No, it's like two whole pages.
Oh, okay.
I could probably share them with you somewhere, but it pretty much gives a list of like, hey, you should protect your home. And just because they say that they're like reformed, i.e. on probation, probably if they're a murderer on probation, they only got like 2 years. Don't let them stay in your house with kids. Have your kids prepared and stuff like that. And he took offense to that. He thought if you were reformed that you should be accepted. Now, listen, I'm telling you, you should give everybody a chance. If you're a murderer, though, like now, if you're a murderer, like manslaughter or something, you're going to get 5 to 15 years. Back then, you're going to get 30 days. So maybe be a little cautious.
Yeah. To be fair, there are certain crimes I would be a little more hesitant than others.
I would. So that was it. It was kind of like a cautionary tale, but he felt it was disheartening because they had a police figure telling you these tips, and it should have been reformed people. That's what his big that's what his big if was on this book. Now, oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah, the Captain Lynch. No. So he said that this crime book was just terrible, whatever. I think he does have a point that you should give people a chance, but at the same point, like that time and error, like yeah, dude, I think maybe D, because it was kind of like the tips weren't that bad, bro. Like you really weren't that bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not for that one.
Now let's give one that probably should go. So there's other ones that I think was. Is this I asked you in chat if this was the book that it was, and I think it is. There's a book where
what it was. I had 89. You said no, it's 98. And I'm like, okay. And
I think it's 98. So in one of these, he brings up 98 for sure. But in one of these Jungle comic books, there really is like a piece on the shoulder that may look like a female's lower private parts if you like squint and do it wrong. And what he says about 98 is juveniles can find perversions in these comic books if they look hard enough. I was a kid once.
What?
I was a kid once, man. I'll tell you this. You can find it fucking shopping at Myers in the fruit section, bro. You can, if you're a kid, you can get perversions out of all types of stuff.
Yeah,
there's
it
all
doesn't have
types
to be
of
a comic book.
Yeah, but this wasn't even the most interesting. I will say that maybe the Jungle. No. I think we have to give it higher because she is like scantily clothed.
She's a jungle woman. It's hot.
Yeah,
hot in the jungle. And you're wearing like animal
skin?
So
it was. No, okay. Hey, comic collectors saying that, yeah, that's the JJ book. So as the JJ book, that's A. That might be S. I mean, it does look C. He put it in C though. He disagrees and says it's C. Okay. Well, I mean, if it had it in there, wait, comic, which one are you saying? Are you saying that it is in that book and that the artist did it on purpose? Because if that's the case, I think like, yeah, you know what I mean? I think that we have to rank it higher up. If you're not saying that's the case, if you're saying it's just a pure accident, then maybe we can put it into the B section. But I'm pretty sure
I'm just leaving it B.
There's a peach in there.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. All right. Well, I mean, I don't think peaches are for 12-year-olds, but
half of the 12-year-olds have them.
No, not facial hair, bro. Like they show a woman's.
No, I'm saying half of the population.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, well, 12-year-old boys, I think, is what they were kind of hinting at. Okay, so I would somewhat agree that this book may have some racist tones to it. Not somewhat,
That's
I
not
will
his
agree.
problem, though.
That's his sub problem with this book. The major problem with this book.
The major problem with bat tigers.
Is shit. How could I not? I'm trying to take this serious. Yeah. So as you can see on the panel, there's a tiger with bats. So there's a doctor, which he calls a sadist, and he believes that kids will become sadists and try to sew bat wings on a tiger. I will say that he does, and the subs actually say that that's a sadistic perversion once again. I don't know how this is a sadistic perversion, is putting bat wings on a tiger, but whatever.
That sounds more like a...
He does say that there's race hatred, which there is some stereotypical racial stuff that does occur, and I'm not dismissing that. I understand. I also am putting it into context of the time period. That is not saying I'm saying it's okay. Violence, okay, whatever. And at one point, there is somebody who points a gun at the main woman, the main antagonist, and says, I can, Nyoka, I can pull the trigger and take the breath out of Nyoka. And that he had a big problem with that too. I think this book is bullshit. I mean, sure, it's racist as shit, so it's got to get into like the C section, but like for bat wings and tigers, get out of here, dude.
For the rationale behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's your greatest fear as a parent, that my child will try to sew bat wings onto the tiger. Yes, because if your kid does that, they're a psychopath, and we try not to raise psychopaths. Huh?
How the hell did my kid get a hold of a tiger? I'd be more concerned about the tiger that he got a hold of. You get Joe Exotic on the horn, and then just found a bat that he could just sew some wings on. Where are we putting this? This is just silliness.
I think it's he does bring up the racial
the other
stuff,
things
though.
he doesn't mention.
Yeah. It's for the racial thing. I think you gotta give it a C. He's
His
legit
reason?
on that. There is some violence.
It's in the trash.
Well, no, he does bring
no.
He does bring up that, but the first reason, the most pointed out reason he brings up is trash.
Which is why I can't get past it, and that's where I'm.
Yes, and then the sub reasons he brings up.
I stopped listening after the first reason.
Yes, the sub reasons do have some legitimacy to them.
See,
this is where the origin of Tiger King. Yes, and this is what Tiger King Volume 2 is.
Season 2 is coming soon, a couple weeks. Yeah.
C for the racism.
Thank you. Exactly. That's what we're.
Yeah, C for racism. You can't get above C for race, or you can't get below C for racism. All right. Okay. Here's. Should I leave that for the end? There's 2 books here that are in the same category, and I'm like, I can't believe this motherfucker. Okay, the story of Harry S. Truman, number 1.
Now,
apparently,
when I did this originally with John Z and Ben Z, all I can say is, you guys seen Shawshank? That's the goddamn warden right there. Like, they literally drew the warden.
So you guys use this book too, yeah. So his debate with this book. I
put the warden in while we did it.
Okay, his debate with this book was that it's historically inaccurate.
Oh.
So apparently, there's an alien that falls onto Earth and can fly, but is allergic to his home planet, and it takes away his superpowers. And apparently, there's a rich billionaire who's a vigilante. And apparently, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't know.
Well, no, that one's not okay, because that billionaire also has a young ward that he.
So this is garbage. I mean, I think this is trash. I just always think it's funny that he brought that up. It is Truman, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, the Truman farts and aliens. Yeah. You mean it's not a biography? No, it was not a biography. Sorry, it was not a biography. And even if it was, even some of those take a little bit of literary. What else things called?
Liberties with the.
Some liberties with literary liberties. Okay. Next up, we have got one that
we got 3 left, I think.
I would argue. I don't know what to do with this book, because he goes back to the police thing, because I think the gorilla in this book, or somebody in this book, calls him
dumb coppers or something, disrespects a police officer. But the gorilla has a
gorilla
human
does?
brain. Yeah, I think so, because it's got a human brain and can talk, and he is actually a murderer. And it says something about you coppers, I think, in that book. Is that true, comic? If I can remember that book, because I actually own this book. You do. Nice. Congratulations. Look at this guy. We need to have Comic Collector on. You don't even have to show your face. We just want to see some of your books, bro. Hit us up if you're okay with that. Yeah, he hits the cop. Is that what he did? Does he call him "Hey Copper" and then hits the cop or something like that?
Something like that.
He just hits him. So it's it's very minor. But any disrespect to police officers, he believes that children will go out and start beating on cops as in gorilla costumes. Dang, Comic Collector. I would really like.
His reaction to Jackass would have been then. He's just running around with the gorilla masks.
Very bad. I think, yes. I think he could write another 500-page novel. Well, it was only like 340 pages. So I think, I don't know.
Or are we giving it a D because, well, you shouldn't hit the police?
You shouldn't hit the police, but when are you going to be a murderer? I mean, like...
When are you going to be a murderer?
A gorilla murderer? Like, when are you going to be a gorilla? It's in Strange Adventures. Like, I mean, it's a sci-fi book. Like, it's literally a sci-fi book saying, this is fantasy. It's not true. There's no such thing as a gorilla murderer. And by the way, if a gorilla smacks a human being, I mean, maybe RoboCop, maybe not, but like any other cop, like...
I still feel it fits our Ds. If you look at our other Ds, it's right in line with don't steal blood from people, don't steal dresses,
don't hit cops. Okay,
don't steal from the blind,
Agreed.
Don't hit cops,
Agreed.
And don't... You take the cops' advice about not letting reformed murderers stay.
I was not in Baltimore last week, David. All right. What is up next? Oh, here's another great one. This is going right to
only
the
got two left.
Yeah,
remember,
so
there's an extra Phantom lady down there.
Is there? Okay, I won't pull that one up. Whatever. So Super Duck. The funny part about this, in one part, by the way, yes, Archie comic. At one point, he says this is what a wholesome comic is, and then reverts back that the sarcasm and that the like perversion of innocence is in this book.
Because he's cockeyed?
Cocky-eyed, yeah, the cockeyed wonder. I think because he's got a visible gun. I mean, I don't. Yeah.
the word cock is right on the cover is the problem.
Yeah, I think cock may have been there, but yeah. No, I don't think that's what it was. I think, well, he did say it was wholesome and then went back on it. I think it's trash. Like, it's kind of like the whole hyperbole.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I mean, if that duck was like at the girl's locker room with his X-ray gun, okay, I can see your perversion. He's literally
still
shooting
kids
it into his
come
yard.
On. Every 20-year-old, every 12-year-olds watch Porky's before and Porky's Revenge. So, I mean, what do you want out of it?
Well, yeah, that was my argument before.
Oh, he's trying to hit a rabbit with a bat. That's why. He was threatening to hit a rabbit with a bat. With a baseball bat or a bat? Baseball bat. It was a baseball bat.
Yeah, not a bat that he planned to sew into a tiger later.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Put it in the trash, though. Are we still putting in trash, Comic Collector?
Well, I'll give it a D then. Don't hit animals with bats if you can avoid it.
It's Looney Tune. Total trash reason. Thank you. Total trash reason. Garbage. Put it in the garbage. Garbage getting bigger. Total
I'm just
trash
saying, if it was a
tiger bat,
anthropomorphic rabbit, it wasn't like the neighbor rabbit who's like they go to school with. So it was like another person, but it was like an animal in the yard.
No, but here's the thing: if it was a tiger bat, like Comic Collector Geek says, if it was a tiger bat, you know what I mean? Like tiger bat, legit. You shouldn't hit animals with other animals, but it wasn't. It was a baseball bat. Trash. I know, because kids could easily do that. It's a bad excuse. Okay, let's see what's up next. Seriously, comic. Hey, what's the IG? Is it Tales from the Dark? Either hit up.
Yeah, there's an underscore in there somewhere.
Hit Pete up at Rennavision comic or Comic Collector. If not, if you ever want to show that collection, even if you want to be anonymously showing it, we can work something out for you. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, we can figure something out.
Yeah, we can figure something out, dude. So if you want to do something, just hit us up and we'll keep you anonymous and all that type of stuff. All right. What is this?
The last one.
Dos Equis is on sale, 12 packs. Okay, cool. I guess we just did a promo. promo for beer. Promo for beer. Let's go. All right.
Bonus stage IPA. That's what we're drinking here now.
Famous Crimes number 19.
This is our last one, by the way.
Is this the kisser one where he smacks in the kisser?
Pow! Right in the kisser.
Pow! Right in the kisser. Famous
Child.
Crimes 19. I had some of these in order.
No, what the hell was this one? This was the one.
Oh, okay. So this is where it was. The whole town goes out and hangs somebody. And he says, that's not appropriate action. You should be rewarded for
the
creating a
lynching.
mob. Yeah, and go and lynching someone. I don't know if we can say that on YouTube's, but he's like, no, that's not right. That's not justice. Justice is you're innocent until proven guilty. You take them and you go for the crimes. So he is big on that. And then smacking around broads, he thinks is bad. He doesn't want to see his mom get hit. So I get it, man. I actually for this book, I think it's a surprise. It's a surprise S tier. I don't think you should form lynch mobs and hang people.
No. But
B.
Lawbreakers never win.
God, well, yeah, but you just can't be going out there and forming lynch mobs, bro.
Well,
yeah, Lawbreakers never win. I get that. I think his overall excuse with this is like, this is not how, for something that tries to say that we are the law and we are going to be outstanding citizens, to show such things as smacking around women and forming mobs. Like, this isn't the Wild West. This is like, we're trying to be civilized at this point. Probably not forming those and going out there and doing that is a good idea. But okay, S. Okay, reasoning S. Look at that. Comic collector came through.
I mean, your reasoning is sound there, but at the same time, we are still talking about for kids. Are we really expecting that these kids are going to be forming lynch mobs?
It was a whole family. Yeah, I know, but like, it's just,
you know what I mean? Like, they're going to be going out.
Subliminally, like if you watch like a Dick Tracy or something, like even like whatever, you watch somebody that's supposed to be the point of going after people forming lynch mobs to get back at people. Like I got young kids and you have a young son too. And we let them watch wrestling. We let them do a bunch of other stuff, play Transformers, G.I. Joes. And like eventually, I don't know how your kids are, but eventually my kid punch somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta say, hey, you know what? Try going to a teacher first. No teacher around, and if somebody punch you first, fine. Go ahead, whack them out. No problem with it. But don't go up and punch people. You don't just punch people. You know what I mean? So, I think that's kind of like the same thing. Like if you're showing them, like, yeah, it's cool, it's okay to, if somebody breaks the law, to go hang. No, you go to the teacher first. You take them to.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Like there it is.
Don't take the retribution into your own hands.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the point. We can't even put comic journey. We can't put that up on the screen, bro. Come on, you guys are trying to get shut down. All right, put it in S tier.
Shut down for
S tier. Let's call it a day.
Where do we put it? All right, fine.
S tier. Okay. Now, next up, that's a good list. We'll post it to the IGs. Do we have the IG links here? Because Comic said cool. This will be really cool if Comic Collector Geek. I don't know if either one of us know who he actually is. We won't tell you. If we
I do not.
Okay. Where is? Do we have the thing for?
I might have
where we have something where we can flash where he can get a hold of either one of us.
Yeah, I might have one. I gotta upload it here. I don't think I have it on here, but here
All
we
right,
go.
He'll put it up there for you. While he does that, I will pull out the next thing, which is
there's my IG. You can always hit me up on mine,
and mine is something like Tales from the Dark Side _Marco MARCO. Next up is the books that should have been there but weren't. Now listen, there's some people that are like, well, what like I think when you guys did it, you did everything. I tried to stop at 53.
I do have
I try to stop around 51 because if you're putting the book together, you know what I mean, and publishing, it's going to take you a couple years. So I was trying to stop around 51. So you're not going to see some books that you're like, oh, well, why wasn't this book in there? Why wasn't that book in there? We only did 10 too.
Right, where is it? There it is. I'm sorry, I do have yours. Yours, but Marco's is much longer. So I'm going to flash it up there.
Yeah, you hit Rennavision up. You can always hit us both up on IG. Follow us, please.
There's both. And they're in the link below.
I don't post much, but I post some things every once in a while. Okay. Why you for those gamers, why you use them? You not use me. That's a Dr. Disrespect thing.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give me a Leroy Jenkins.
No. Why you use them? You not use. Is why you play with them? You not play with me? It's like a thing. Okay, it's only funny if you get the joke, and nobody who says me probably gets the joke. So, all right, that's what it's called. All right, let's go. These are some of the books that I don't understand why he didn't actually use. I mean, he put in 500 books. Can you see this or no?
Yeah.
He put in 500 books, and I don't understand why he didn't use some of these books. And
I didn't see them.
No, he absolutely saw these. All right. Crime, because it's under Crime Doesn't Pay. Like, he used a bunch of them. This one, Crime Doesn't Pay. It's the first Mr. Crime. Like, it's hard to get this book. Even like, I mean, this book's very expensive. Even like lowest grade you can get is probably going to cost you over $1,000. But this person's domestic violence. You got the sadistic person in the background. You got some cop doing something in the background. Hair's on fire. Pushing her
face down into a lit oven.
Like lit oven.
Top.
Yeah, and her legs going up. You literally have got everything just on the cover alone. Deathworks Overtime. And you get to meet Mr. Crime, who is a villain that shows up more than once.
And for any fans of the old Vintage Void show we used to do, Red Dress Distress right here.
Yeah,
that was Red Dress Distress was a big thing.
Her hair's on fire, dude. That's so bad.
Dude, that's
the devil. Yeah, Mr. Crime's right in the background. You see him? He's the one that's getting all these people. Like, speaking of seduction, he's seducing them to commit these crimes.
It's Mr. Crime.
All right, next up is Exposed number 1.
Kaiser Soze would get you.
Yeah, a 4.5 of this 4.5 grade just sold for what? Hey. No, is that number right? $7,575. Good luck with that. Yeah.
Again, Red Dress Distress. Woman being strangled.
So it's not only it's disrespecting women by talking about how they nag. He's going to teach her. He's going to abuse her. He's also drowning her, kind of like we saw before, almost stacking her neck, and we have death in it. And that's how you take care of your problems. Death thumbs a ride inside the witness. Cash. Oh yes, the corpse of Cash Carey also teaches you kind of how to get along with not paying your taxes. And you know how I feel about that. So okay, all right. Make sure you pay your taxes, everybody. Fight against crime, horror, and suspense. Well, it's actually Fight Against Crime. The horror and suspense is just like the add-on titles to all this stuff. You know, like how they always do that. Like sometimes it'll be kind of like the sizzle word, the little clickbait as you may. You can join your boyfriend's sister. He's dead, and now I'm free. Now, we didn't get a lot into this, but there's a lot of times where he addresses family issues, maybe, and sometimes of the sexual nature, pedophilia and stuff like that in a lot of stuff. But apparently pushing your sister in after there's a bloody knife and cut up torso. Remember, sister. Huh?
I don't think it's his sister. I think it's just one of those, it's a timing.
Why don't you call her sister? Thing. Either way, sister. We have a problem with baseball playing with these exact two parts. The corpse, if you see, is the body right there. That was a chest protector for the this is the head right here. I will say that these books, maybe not the most expensive, right? Like for this pre-code horror, $300-400 can get you a passable. I'm not saying like, 6.0, but they can get you a passable cover. Probably something similar to this style right here, as a matter of fact. So it's something to look out there for. But look at the knife too, the blood.
Crime books before they actually turn completely horror.
Yeah.
They towed that line for a while.
This one, on the other hand, is like the king of the fight
all
against
of these
crimes.
Red Dress. That's all I'm saying. You look at all of them.
Yeah, Red Dress, you're right. So this one's become even more popular in recent times. I think people kind of got onto it more a little bit. But like this is the king of the crime, the Fight Against Crime series, number 20. This is kind of getting out of people's reach now, I think, to be honest with you. But he didn't use this one. It does have like a little bit of disrespect for the police in there. He's also throwing a bloody corpse that's removed into the gutter. Yes. And he's got the head there. Yeah. But this seems, this wasn't one he wanted to use. I don't get why. Okay, so the horrific tales. I actually used number 3 because this is a pretty popular one because of the bullet hole through it. But I'm pretty sure he could have. Was this Fox? This probably was Fox that did this too. Or no, Comic Media. Okay.
But number 7 is one that I own and I like, and it's even worse than this. It's the the French thing, the Gatling, where they chop the head off, and the exact same heads like rolling out. Yeah, the Gatling. He could have used any of these.
Gatling's the gun that goes.
Yeah, guillotine, long night, guillotine. There you go. I think it was much worse of a cover and much worse as an issue. However, he stayed away from these books, which is surprising. I mean, smaller publisher, I get it, but still. He liked to use a lot of Jungle comics. This was one that he didn't use, but this has everything that he absolutely hates on the cover. It's got Jungle Boy with very skimpy clothing going on, doing something upside down, maybe a knife, and they're going to kill an animal, which he hates animal abuse. The little monkey friend in the background doesn't like skulls in trees, women being tied up with their cannons. Or, I mean, it's not cannons. Sorry, my bad. Excuse me. Headlights flopping out, damsels in distress, and violence. I know the one book, 98, had he used the 198 book and said because of the inside, but then he also did reference some other ones that had similar thing, but it wasn't anywhere close to this, which had all of his makings on it. I will say this is when you're looking at Matt Baker's this book, and I'm actually partial to 106 because back in the day in Baltimore, we used to buy these Matt Baker covers, grade them and sell them. And I was surprised because I saw a book.
No, JJ, that's not why.
I saw the exact same book that we had sold before. Can't say the grade because I don't want to ruin it. And it's actually, this book was actually selling for less than we sold it 3 years ago for, which I was surprised. So some of those Matt Baker books you could still get. Maybe some people are kind of, if they're not in the Seduction of Innocence, you can still get them pretty, reasonable. I guess they haven't blown up as much as some of the other ones, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, either way, you do get the SOTI bump, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, SOTI bump is happening, but I was surprised because it was like a good couple $100 that they lost on this book. All right. Either way, speaking of eyes, he's got such an eye obsession. I mean, he's always about the gouging and the eyes this and eyes that. And mystery, well, this is close though because it is 53, right? So we're right there, 54. He ends up having the.
Yeah, he had all the eye abuse he could take. He wasn't looking for more.
Will say this about this book. Good luck finding this book. Just good luck finding it. I don't know if maybe that's why, because he couldn't find it, so he didn't know about it. Maybe it was too late in the runnings because it was 53. But I don't know what our man the comic collector guy says, but if he has this one, this is. God bless him if he does. I've never seen it. So, all right. Next up. Now, listen, we did have, there's some Zoot that he does talk about in there. There's some all top. I think he might bring up all top once or twice. A lot of the Rula stuff that he brings, the Jungle Goddess. But this book, it's got animal sadistic things, headlights,
snake action going.
It's got the racism of indigenous people. It's got the rapey tones to it. It also
double entendre there. She swings both ways
inside the pages. Yeah, swings both ways. It's got a little bit of everything, and he never hit this book up. This is number 1. It's number 1 of her series, so this would have been like after Zoot and after All Top. I saw a raw copy of this, crappy, like it was a crappy raw copy, but sell for, and you could still make out what it was. It's not as bad as my Phantom Lady, but like intact, 2.0-ish, 3.0-ish, somewhere around there. Sell for $50, bro. Are you kidding me? I don't know. Anyways, he should have used it. If he used it, it probably would be $1,000 book, but he didn't. But if you're looking for something that says a little bit of I swing both ways, that's a good book to own. All right. Finally. We know this book, right?
Romances.
What?
No, I'm just reading the titles. Teenage Romances.
Teenage Romance 9. Did you see what they say on This is like Archie before Archie. You'll never get him back, Ann. That little cheat will do anything to hold Dick.
It meant something different back then. I don't remember what it was, though.
I think the guy's name is Dick. But it's the double entendre thing again. They also have got headlights everywhere. I just couldn't do it. I mean, I just thought it was a great cover because it says to hold Dick. Either way. And then finally, because he's got such a...
3 guys off just to get here.
Yeah, right. It's the same type of thing, right? Yeah, 3 guys off. Okay.
Mhm.
And finally, Dark, the crime does not pay 36, right? Right. So what I'm surprised about this book that he didn't
Take a look at
do.
the outfit.
Yeah. Red dress, right? But she's actually the criminal. She's not a damsel in
She's
distress.
still in distress.
The police actually, it seems to have in the shootout are not acting very police-like, like have shot a guy's eye out at this point. And there's blood everywhere. Lots of violence. It doesn't look like they're acting the way they should. It also is teaching females that they could just run out of diners without paying for the bill and shoot people left and right. Mid-grade for this book is still $200. It's a great book to have.
And there's no background in this world. There's no blue sky. It's
no blue skies. It's all yellow. Must be Arizona, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, sure. So this is a great book, and I can't believe he didn't put this one in there too. So that's my list of top 10 books that he should have put in. I don't know what people think about those, but he didn't. I don't know. Ah, good. He's got a look. What's the eye poking book? The mystery? Are you talking about the mystery comic collector geek? If so, do you know how much it sold for? I don't know. I wonder if that's like a rare book that sells because of rarity, or if it's a rare book that doesn't sell because of rarity. You know what I mean? All right.
Could be one of those ones that people just don't want to give it up. If they have it.
If they have it, yes. Well, I like I said, I don't see a lot of it. Did I stop sharing? I did stop sharing.
Yeah, you stop sharing.
All right. So that is what we've got this week for most of our stuff. We're under 3 hours. Now, this is what we could do. We could keep going and talking about wrestling, or I think we really have had a long week. Yeah, the mystery. Hey, comic collector geek, real quickly. Do you know what they went for by any shot? Kind of roughly what it was.
Yeah. Don't forget, we gave you a lot of books, whether they be the SOTI list, or I'll even take the ones that Marco just shared that didn't make the SOTI list. Tell us which one you like the best in the comments.
Cool. Thank you, comic. We're going to hold on for comic collector to give it.
Books.
Yeah. Get those books here. Show.
I might even throw something else in by the time we get to next week.
Go show it. Show it.
Oh. It's just the gun honeys. I mean, people have seen these by now. There's multiple printings of these now for whatever reason. But these are the first prints. The cover FOC, I think, is the hues, and then the Kendrick.
Well, I will say this. I appreciate everybody in the chat. This was a great one. We didn't know how this was going to go. Sometimes recently we've noticed that some people aren't too enthused about DC Comics.
DC is a tough sell to you guys, apparently.
But we're going to keep doing that once a month. So sorry, but that's going to happen. But we're going to keep going on. But now that this seemed to work pretty well, we might hit up, we've been talking about doing the Kirby list and everything like that. Because Kirby's so big. So we'll probably do that.
Do Kirby.
And then, but any ideas you guys want to give us an idea, feel free. We will cover whatever we can, as long as, even if we've covered it before.
We even tried to do toys before, but that's just, not everybody's into toys. So don't want to alienate anyone by just doing an entire show based off of like a topic like that. So
we do appreciate everybody. David, good to see you. Double J's, we'll see you. Hey, remember Sunday, we're going to have some big news on Sunday. We've got a lot of clickbaity stuff that's going to come in, but we're going to come through with it. We are going to come through with it. We're going to tell you kind of what's going on with that trailer. We're watching everybody question what's so important about that trailer, and we're not trying to be dicks, but we've given some people clues, and we will reveal them all on Tales from the Dark Side on Sunday, 9:15.
Which is now just here.
Current bid is at 8,000. Okay, ooh. Actually hasn't sold yet. It's an 8.5. Ooh.
Wow.
What do you think? Where are you at?
File copy? How the hell they got an 8.5?
Yeah, no shit. Where are you at on that comic? What do you think that's going to go for? 15?
Man, that's crazy.
It's got to be 15, right? Somewhere around 15.
Oh, 8.0.
Oh, sorry, 8. See,
and thank you, Comic Journey.
Thank you, Comic Journey. We appreciate it. Good. Well, we'll figure something else out. I mean, we'll do another. Like I said, maybe we'll switch to Kirby, and maybe we'll switch to some other.
We aren't, but we like them.
We're not a toy channel. We're a pop culture channel.
We are whatever. channel.
We really
whether
are.
it be
whatever.
wrestling,
We'll talk about
toys,
we
comics,
literally go on about wrestling.
video
About that
games.
nice shirt and Myers. Look at this one. This was the Royal Rumble, man. Look at Andre the Giant.
Nice.
I don't know why they colored the Ultimate Warrior. Like the biggest.
Dude, I watched that Andre the Giant documentary. I think it was like on Showtime or something. They did some like documentary on Andre. Man, it was just so sad at the end.
Yeah, but he could have been treated for that too. He chose not to.
No,
So you're saying 14 days left, so 20. You're at 20 on it. Ooh. Yeah, that doesn't seem without reasons. Next week, Marco ranks. So there's going to be everything's going to be trash because I haven't seen any of those. So 14 days left. Jeez, oh Pete's, man. That's a tough book in crap grade. Wow.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
an 8.
Well, it's 8.0, not 8.5, but still.
Even so, I don't give it.
I don't know, man. How stuff's been selling, you never know, man. I mean, and like I said, you can't find that book. So apparently he found it. And you know what? If you can't find a book and you can find it, 20 might be light.
You know, so it's over on Heritage. I think we should watch it. Let's come back to that in
It's the highest one on the census. Yeah, no shit. No doubt. So now you're highest on the census.
See what happens.
Whew. Is 20 light?
20 might be light.
Thank you, Marv. 20 might be light.
I think so.
Oh, you say nice things all the time, Comic Journey. What did Jedi say? Next week, Marco ranks for. Oh yeah, because we all laugh at how I don't watch a lot of sitcoms. I get it. Last sold for yes. Ooh, yeah, man. Could you imagine?
2012 was damn near a decade ago now.
Right. That's what's weird. I can't believe, like, when we were buying some of these books, I can't believe. But I've always talked about it too, like back then too, even selling, like you're like, holy crap, I can't believe what I'm getting for this for what I paid for it.
And 10 years before that, you would have said the same thing.
Yeah, it was the same thing. Like people are always like, how could you sell those books for what you sold them for? I'm like, because it was the highest at that point, man.
Yeah,
like,
that was the price at the time.
You just keep going like this book is going to sell for more in 10 years. Yeah, well, you're never going to sell the book then, but whatever. Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, do we really want to keep going over how much ASM 300 is going to sell for in 9?
Well, I don't even know why
that's what I mean. Like, there's so many of them. Is it really that hard to get?
Yeah, Goldberg. I watched the Goldberg. Sure. I thought First Miles. Stupid.
What are you talking about the Goldbergs? Oh,
no, Jedi.
Oh.
Well, I mean, that happens every once in a while left over. But I think it's a little bit more concerning what some of those books are going for than some of this other stuff because it has got, true rarity and scarcity to it. But you watch Goldbergs. Yeah, I do watch Goldbergs. I did. Yeah. Is it still going on? It's about a nerd. Yes. You want to know why? Because the dude's got a bunch of toys that I either have or want. So yeah, I watch that show just like I watch Big Bang Theory, bro.
Yeah, I was surprised. My wife had Big Bang Theory on earlier. There was actually a Marvel book on there.
Huh. I would say this, David. I would kind of agree, but I think that's because people don't know. I think because the original prices of GA before the modern got out of control, when you were looking at that, there was only a certain amount of people who could afford that level and knew about what was going on there. I think Comic Collector Geek will agree with this. Silver Age always had, like, the top 10 in Silver Age were always good sellers. They'd always multiply by a certain amount every couple of years. It wasn't that bad. I think the part that brought up is, honestly, unfortunately, some YouTube channels when they're like, oh, this is, and they don't really know what it is, but they're like, this is the rarest thing I've ever seen. Well, yeah, but you haven't seen much. So, like, of course it's the rarest thing you've ever seen. And you need content. So the next week is the next rarest thing you've ever seen. You get what I'm saying? Like, not to their dismay. I'm not saying that they're trying to, pull wool over your eyes or anything. But, like, yeah, man, they need content. So they'll do stuff like, shoot, damn YouTube channels. Yeah, I mean, we need content too. That's why we put up DC stuff and talk about toys, but at least we know it and like it. You know what I mean? Like, I think some of these people are a little bit sus, as they say.
Yeah.
I don't know.
To be as transparent as I can. Like when I do this,
everybody says that. Maybe I should. Besides sitcoms, something I've never seen before. Never watched it before. Couldn't pick them out of a lineup, to be honest with you. So, I mean, but I guess if that's what it is, Yeah, I mean, I think there's all types of channels that do that. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not wrong. I don't know. I'm not trying to crap on them. Cause I mean, there's other people too that used to have Key Collector right on their channel, bro. So I mean, I don't know about any of those things. I don't have Key Collector. I know it's an app, but I just got a phone. My last phone was a Galaxy S5 or some shit. So I'm not even sure I could even got the app on there. Right now, I got this phone.
No numbers.
What's that?
I had a Galaxy S. There were no numbers yet. It was just the S.
Well, it was like almost the one that you could flip up and use the keyboard on. They told me
I love that one.
They literally told me that the phone was not going to work starting like in a week because it was on 4G and they're getting rid of 4G and I have to get off of 4G or my phone will no longer work. So that's how. But now I got a new one. It's weird. It makes more noises and I had to shut a bunch of tracking stuff off. But I don't know. It's nice, I guess. Whatever. That's why you don't see me do a lot of like I do a lot of my live stuff out of the, if you see me at the con, just see me walk with the GoPro all the time. It's because my old phone couldn't record stuff. Like it recorded in 16-bit. So no, bro, I did it, but I took it back in. So okay, this is extra credit time. You know how we like to tell stories in extra credit time. So here we go. I took it in, and they're like, "What? Get this! Get this! Look at me." Old man wearing Skechers. Walk in there. They said any S series in good condition will give you a $500 credit for. So of course I'll take $500 for my 10-year-old phone. So I walk in there and they're like, "What phone do you have?" And I was like, "I don't know, Galaxy S something." And they're like, "What, an S10, an S20?" I was like, No, I think it's before that. I showed up and it's still in the Otter case. And now they're laughing because I have it in an Otter case, right? But like the gray part of the Otter case is broken out. For those that don't know, they don't have them any. Maybe they do, but it used to have it was like in a tune. Okay. Like there was a plastic part and whatever, because the touchscreen was what it was, but you didn't really, there's no thumb printing or eye thingy mabobbers or any reason to have your screen exposed. So I didn't. And I took it in there and they literally were like, these guys were like, "This phone came out when I was like 10 years old." And they're like, "There's no way." And they open it up and they check it. No water damage. They're like, "This is like a pristine, like they're never going to put this back in. Like there's no use for the phone." Right. Like, but they're like, "Yeah, it qualifies."
You have a museum piece is what you have.
I got a $500 credit. They're like, "This is better than the phones we have out here. Like better condition than the test phones." I was like, "Well, I mean, it is as long as you take care." I mean, what are you going to do with it? I mean, what do people do with their phones?
But to go back to Joe's comment, I actually did have a Neon.
No, I didn't have a Dodge Neon. I'm a Ford family, bro.
Well, mine was a Plymouth, I think, Neon.
Yeah,
Same
Ford
difference.
family. No. Might have been 3G. I think it was. I think it was 3G, and then like you could get put onto 4G with it. Double J. JJ. They don't have Wi-Fi in Detroit. They didn't have Wi-Fi at the con, I'll tell you that much. No, I don't put my phone on Wi-Fi. My question is, why am I paying for network? Why am I paying a cell phone bill to go onto Wi-Fi? No, I pay you to have a cell phone tower to use the data off your cell phone tower, not off of Wi-Fi. Why else do I pay you? So no, I do not use Wi-Fi. I don't like it to get tracked either. I'm not giving out extra pings. You're going to find it. You can find my data on Wi-Fi.
Why don't you use your own Wi-Fi in your house? Saves the battery.
Because I got like 6 iPads. I got 3 laptops. I got
it all works fine.
The wife uses it. The wife uses the thing. And then we got oh shoot, we got 4 laptops now because the kids with the school thing every once in a while got to use a laptop. Okay. And then what else did I do on it? I don't, because that's like 12 devices already. And then I got the little router. I'm not putting any more on that Wi-Fi. No. And I'm not paying for more money. My cable internet bill's already $326. No more devices. No phone.
Then how do you not have stars? You got stars then. It's in there somewhere.
I probably do.
Look for it. I'm telling you. I think you'll like Heels.
Yeah, no, I will. Too much data screws up your phone. Is that how that works? I don't know. David, is that how it works? I really don't know how phones work.
Pre-code phone.
Yeah, pre-code phone, right? Yeah, I mean, for somebody, they
Marco's
boy.
blue movie time. What does that mean? I don't quite get what that joke
well,
means.
blue movies are the adult features.
I don't care. They want to watch porn with me. Let them watch it. As long as they're not in the same room. We're all adults here.
That was the old timey term for it for whatever reason.
No, I don't. Yeah, no. There's no nefarious like tie up weird stuff or what. It's not weird. Whatever you're into is whatever you're into. But no, I'm good. I'm good. All right, so yeah, that's it. I think that's the good tier list. We don't need to talk about any more of the other stuff. Yes,
We'll save it for another time.
I mean, I understand it's funny that like, oh, I know programming, but yes, I choose not to use updated technology. Like, yeah, I can code, but choose not to. So I get it. But I'm also trying to use all the stuff. Like, it's like one of the reasons why we're behind is because like, I decided to replace the plumbing in the his and her sinks in the master suite this week. And the day I go out to start tearing apart the sinks, right? Like, the water main breaks. And then I get in there and I'm too old for this now. So I'm one arm up in the thing because they cemented the sink thing, with the turn underneath where you got to pull out the whole pipe from. They cemented it in there. You used plumbers, not just the putty. They put the cement, the pipe cement in there, right? So then I'm breaking it out of the thing and doing everything. So as Pete says, we were a little bit behind because I, the middle of my back by doing that is hurting myself. And why am I doing this? I have no idea. I think it is because my dad installed in me that we don't call plumbers or electricians or woodworkers. We just do the work. Now, that was because we were broke. I figured out later, and we didn't have the ability to hire those people. But now I can't get that. That's like maybe there is something
still
to
built
this.
in your head to do it.
Yeah, maybe there is something to this seduction of the innocents. He built that in my head, and now, hey Eric, thanks for building the shirts. Yeah, we got one of the shirts banned, Eric, but don't worry about it.
He knows. We chatted about it.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm getting too old for this now. That's what exactly while I'm in there, like digging this thing out and twerking that crap out of my back. Now I got like a pulled muscle right down the spine. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, I couldn't imagine how much it costs to re-plumb a sink. You know what I mean? I can't imagine like maybe a couple $100 or something. Can't imagine.
Yeah, I don't know. See, but now as you're saying this, I have to replace the fan over our stove.
Oh,
I can't hire anybody because nobody's going to do that job. It's not a job worth paying for. There's something coming out for it. It's not enough work, but it's going to be a lot of work for me because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
But I mean, I get it too. Like even in my parents' house had 1.5 baths. I got 5 full baths and a half bath, dude. I've already had to replace, and they've done just a shitty job. This is the problem too. Their house was older, right? So they built it right. They didn't do this stuff that these new houses do, where they build the cabinetry after they lay everything down because it's easy to put everything in.
Be careful.
Okay,
could be more expensive than you think. So
not complaining anymore. That's why I did it myself. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, all right, fair enough. He just, well, yeah.
Well, we can relate to the injuries.
But this is it. Like, okay, so now I was. Oh, thank you, comic. I'm going to answer it right now.
Well, you can wait a few minutes.
I'll wait a few minutes. So this is, yeah. But this is the okay. So I've got dual furnace heating and cooling. So 2 of my floors are heated and cooled on one furnace, and the other one. Now this is the guy who doesn't get new phones, right? So it is what it is. But the top floor has got a different furnace on it, and a dude who installed it. Get this now, mind you. Where's my man David? David, he's told us before he's a. Did you say you're a civic engineer? Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how this works, but any of the engineers in here can figure this out. The person who installed the upstairs one, so the 3rd floor where like there's a master suite.
It up there. You figured the residual from the other 2 floors with heat rises. It'd be enough.
Yeah, but that's like where that's where our bedroom is, and the kids' bedroom, and the other 2 offices are, and there's a couple bathrooms up there. So you need heat up there. Well, also because like there's no house in front of us, so like the lake wind hits the house, it gets cold. Okay, so he put it upside down.
What do you mean he put it upside down?
Put the furnace upside down.
Well, that don't make no sense.
It absolutely doesn't. That's what happens. The fucking piping has to go. It makes no fucking sense.
Like I said, heat rises, so you put it upside down.
So then I get down. But then so the wife's like, "Hey, we've had one of these, and I just fucking hate technology. I really do. We get one of these Google Nests. Yeah. Oh, I hate it. You know what these things are? These thermostats. It's a little ball thing, and they want you to connect to the Wi-Fi, like y'all are asking. Yeah, you pretty much need it. It's kind of,
dude. I as much as you're complaining, I do like the fact that I don't have to get up and my phone. I can just go. All right.
Oh, I didn't connect it to the Wi-Fi. No. This is where it gets bad. So I'm like, okay, you put that one in reverse. So I'm not gonna put, because she's like, we've had this thing sitting around. It was a gift. How much do these things cost? Like $50-$60, something like that.
No, the Nest, it's $150 to $250, I think, depending on the model.
So she's like, you can't just leave this thing around. I was like, fair enough. And like the old Honey whatever version,
the Honeywell
kind of taking a shit.
Honeywell too.
Because when they did it too, by the way, the house was built in 2010, but they used replacement parts sometimes where he could get away with shit. Like on those, they weren't from 2010. You know what I mean? Like I also have two air conditionings. I have a larger unit and I have a smaller unit, and the smaller unit is like from 95, and it was in great shape, but like it wasn't from the house. Either way. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll replace that one because it was having problems or whatever. So I take it out, go replace it, and the Nest won't work. And now I'm pissed because I'm like, oh Christ, what am I gonna do? And I had, like,
connect that shit to Wi-Fi.
Yeah, well, when you do all the shit on the Nest, you gotta put, there's a couple more wires you gotta pull out, and then like it's a round thing now. And the one thing I absolutely hate, is repairing walls. So the cutout, I didn't want to do the cutout.
My in-laws use the wood fire.
One of my friends down the street do that too. That's a good deal.
When my wife, she lived at home, she's well versed in how to feed that wood stove.
The allergies are bad with that now, the older I get. So anyways, I go down to the first to look, and this guy, one of the reasons why it wasn't working was, one, he didn't legitimately have all the wires hooked up the right way, so they weren't color coded properly. Number two, he used at one point for two wires, he used the inside of the telephone. No, the inside of the cord of a telephone wire to hook the wiring up to fuse it to another wire, to fuse it to a box to push it up the other way. Yes, sir. That's what I said.
What?
So it took us 2 days and a 2 days and a lot of diagrams.
You learn. You watch like these home improvement shows and like these flip or flop things. It's when they open up them walls, that's when you find the problems, because you see the shortcuts the guys before took to finish that shit.
What the hell were you doing?
Like, what is this? This is bubblicious.
I will say too, though, they are making these they're making it easier now. The PVC piping and all the other stuff, like to break off the old steel pipings, and then they used to use those brass. And that was part of the problem too. They use a small brass ring to seal in a lot of this stuff, and then they use putty. Now they use rubber sealant, and then use like a plastic thing. Did Tom Hanks do your wiring? I mean, it's but it's good. I think we got 6K back just for the wiring in the garage because they did that wrong. So you can do that, and then you just run it yourself and act like you got a permit. Knock on wood. That's not what I did. Internet. Not what I did. Not what I'm saying I did. Not at all what I'm saying I did. But it is what it is. If it's an upper or top floor only, wouldn't it make sense to install
to do it upside down?
Yes, it would if you then proceeded to take the exhaust, the push out, right? Push out tube, and push it down through your floors and then have it recycle through your top end. That's not what they did. They had it upside down and then grabbed the hook, grabbed the the heat exeter and put it up and did a normal over the top, down, back down, and then through thing. So the heat was going, so you're pushing your heat like this way, right? On the ground. You're pushing your heat on the ground, and then it's going back up, and then it's coming right back down. Yes, I understand what JJ says in theory.
in theory, that would make sense. But that's not how they did it. They still ran the heat through the attic and then came back down to hit the floor portions of it.
You're getting too technical for midnight on a Wednesday for me.
Unless the furnace is designed for downflow, which it is. Yes, that's what we're saying. Though because of the electricity was not up to code in the it's different.
Yeah,
different
that's the problem. Once they find something that if it's wrong, they can't do work until you fix what they found.
But it's all right. I'm waiting for cheaper prices. Like I got so it's an interesting garage. I got like they originally took the original garage from this house before this was this type of house, and they kicked out the front part. The header's still there, and then they built another 4.5 garage on top of it. So it's like the garage is very, very deep. You could literally fit stacking comfortably 2 trucks, like a 350 here, a 350 here, 350 here, 350 here. But then they installed
that's 4.
Yeah, it's 4 car garage. Yeah,
okay.
For sure. Yeah. 2 and 2. Yeah. Well, because the original garage, but then they left the header up, but then they built an extended 2 garage.
I got what you're saying.
Towards the house. Yeah. It's separated. It's not connected because of how the properties are on the lake. It's a weird thing, whatever. So it's behind the house, but it's the 4-car garage, whatever. But what they did, so they put in, this didn't make sense. Well, it did because they ran out of space because you couldn't use any more space because you couldn't build any more on it, even though there's like grass next to it. But they put in like the big plugs for for like freezers, like the you know what I'm talking about? Somebody hit me up here.
Oh, like the washer dryer type fucking things, like those weird ass
comic. It's not.
It's weird.
Yeah, the plug ones, the 350s or whatever the big gauge things.
I don't know the number, but I know the weird plugs.
Yeah, they put one of those in, but then it defeats the purpose because they put it on I'm going to say the front end. It's by the garage door side. Well, what the fuck? If you put a fucking freezer, like a big chest freezer or whatever you're going to put there that takes that type of plug, you're not just cutting down on that parking spot. You're cutting on the parking spot that's in front of that. So then you turn the 4-car garage into a 2-car garage real quickly. So, by the way, they installed that on a circuit breaker, mind you. A circuit breaker that uses the old glass fuses. They didn't cap off any of the wiring. They actually would splice wiring from one section to another, no caps, and some of it didn't work. You couldn't tell what was dead and run, so they'd add on more. So it'd be like a triple splice, which also is not legal. I mean, you can't do that. So I don't think furnaces are designed to be upside down. Me neither. But, I think the guy had the best of intentions. I think he hits a little bit of that sticky icky a little bit too much. I actually know who did it. He's actually a nice guy. I just don't. Sometimes what he said. Sometimes the things that he says is he's got some interesting ideas, man. Definitely got some interesting ideas, like upside down furniture.
There are some interesting characters out there.
Headlights and bumpers. You're right. There we go. Okay, it's full circle. Flow of the furnace, not the furnace is upside down. Thanks, Justin. Yeah,
thanks, Justin.
Maybe I'll take a picture of it. Like I just don't. Either way, then maybe I'll open up the panel and take the picture of the towel. Like the cord. Remember that cord? You had the extended cord back in the day.
HVAC on the tack show.
Remember you had the extended cord, like you could carry it from like your kitchen all the way to the family room.
What, on the telephone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Super that's what cord? He used. That's what he used in one of the furnaces.
How do you use that?
I'll send you a picture. I don't know. I'm not gonna go in there. But maybe
that would carry a charge. Like
it's wire.
Yeah, but it's for a phone. I don't know. I just didn't think it would work.
Marco's right side of furnace. Well, now I don't even know because, like I said, it's built on the 3rd floor. I don't know what to do about that. It still works. I'll complain about it and duct tape it back together till it. Like you guys do realize this all started with me saying that I had a Galaxy S5 and just traded it in the other day. You think I'm going to do something about the furnace if it's still working?
Yeah, you don't mess with things if it's still working.
No,
if it's still working,
I'm not gonna do it.
keep going.
Still working. I'm gonna do it. Sorry, Mark. Yeah, I know. Me too, man. I don't know what happened either.
Yeah, I don't know how we got here.
I don't know, but we still got 21. Listen to whatever mumbo jumbo we're talking about now.
To quote Michael Scott, sometimes I start a sentence and I don't know where it's going.
Yeah, me either. I don't know. I didn't buy the. Okay, I didn't build this house. Like this house was way too big.
Anyways. You didn't? You weren't Gene Hackman? You know?
No, I wasn't even. No, I didn't own the property. I bought after this house. After this house was built in 10, the people lost. They didn't finish the house exactly. They had lost. They were because of the 2008 collapse. They had issues. So they had lost the house without finishing it. Somebody moved in and started to do some finishings to it. They put in a one of those whole house generators. Best thing ever. Those whole house generators, like the 3,500 ones. Yeah, greatest thing ever. But then we bought it in. Oh, that's all. Bought about what year is it now?
2021.
So we bought in like 2012. And we weren't having kids, man. So this was just like our winter home. And then we had kids. So yay. No, I mean, I like it. It's fun. It's a fun little spot, but yeah, I wasn't expecting to have to deal with all the things I'm dealing with. They did sell comics at Ace. Yes. That's not that. Yes. They, in my state, there's an Ace that does sell Ace hardware store that does sell comics.
That's weird.
Yes. That is true. That's a true statement. That is a true statement. Arco is using, hold on. I got to start reading all this other stuff. Like Kevin Smith and Mallrats. I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, Kevin Smith and Mallrats hanging upside down. Okay, I get that. All right. Stick Boy, Marco is using this all as an excuse to get back to the Ace Hardware for comics.
Oh, for comics, yeah.
It's a little bit for that Ace Hardware is a little ways away from me. It's probably a good 45-minute drive. Maybe. I don't know. I just think he had an idea and he thought it was a good one.
I think he just did it wrong. It's like the shower in our master. They put it in wrong, so it's upset. So you got to turn it to, cold for hot and hot for cold because he installed the damn thing upside down. I could change it, but then I got to turn the water off. It's like a whole thing.
Then you got to go through the thing.
You learn to live with it. You just go.
And by the way, if they're doing that
in the shower,
the problem with it too is when you have something like that and they think that's a good idea, like they finish their job and it's opposite, right? And they think that's okay, right? What else did they do when they were installing that they thought was whatever, man? That's okay. It's okay. Because they know you're going to notice that the shit's fucked up, right? Like they notice you're going to know the shit's fucked up. Upside down first, the shit's fucked up. The cold when it's supposed to be
leftover. You with Darth Lopez, Braves fans?
No, leftover. Yeah. Did you see our intro? The Braves win was our intro this week. So good job to you.
That was an honor of you guys.
Yeah. Off topic. Is that off topic? We're already off topic.
Off topic of what?
Yeah, I know. But that's my biggest worry. Like, that's the thing. So, like, when I knew that, then I was like, oh, crap. If that's how the furnace looks, then of course they cemented this. And by the way, the people at this house, they used to own this house. I don't know what the hell they're doing. They're shoving whole ashtrays down the drainage system. They're shoving down their, those, the wipes, the Clorox bleach wipes.
Mm.
Those things, because within a year, we had a backup of our drain system. We pulling out. Of course, we do it ourselves too, because, my dad, like, you better. So I'm pulling. I got the. No, not plunging. I got the auger, with the little spinner on it. No. The one. No, yeah, I am. But the automatic one.
Automatic. I'm thinking hand crank.
No. The one that. It's got
it down there.
It'll take your leg off if you don't pay attention, because then it gets caught up. You can't have any loose clothing on because they'll grab, which it's ripped the shirt off of me before. So that hurt. But yeah, so we were doing that because we do that for, we do kind of for the neighborhood. There's a bunch of widows and stuff that live out here too. Can we talk about appliance repair and instructions on how to install?
Yes, I told you. I'm installing a fan over my oven. I can
tell you how to do that too. Or if you guys need garbage disposal help, I can tell you what probably one of the best ones to buy is. It's not the most expensive. How your sizing should be
And yeah, I could tell you that too. Or faucets. I repaired my faucet. My wife doesn't like it the best.
Oh.
Yes, it is a snake. Yes. You can buy it, reasonably. It's I think like $350 to get one of those 250 snake drums. It's automatic. Not the worst investment.
I fixed our garbage disposal, not knowing what the hell I was doing. I just somehow lucked into it. Shot glass got sent down the garbage disposal and broke and shattered, and I just went in there and just took all the pieces out. It was fine. I just had to take it apart and put it back together.
They're like $40. You just throw the thing out and get a new one. I mean, I gave what you
didn't know that.
Yeah. No.
Well, if you take it all apart that way, then I have to.
The one that I think is going to be the next project, and just because my wife just hates it, is our dishwasher. Which, like our old house, the dishwasher was so loud. But then, like now, she's got this house, and then like her parents had just bought all new appliances for no reason. Like their appliances still work, but they bought all new appliances anyways, and then they had to have them all match. And then she's over at her parents' house, and then the appliances are super quiet. But you know what? I will give her this. The drain, like you have to do the garbage disposal drain, like the drain. There's like on dishwashers, there's something at the end that chews up all the leftovers if you have to and puts it through the drainage system. We have to run that all the time. So there might be something in the piping system with that, which will be a bigger project. Well, when I do it, I'll give you guys the play-by-play. Speaking of play-by-play,
we talking about wrestling this past half hour, but instead we decided.
I know repair. Speaking of that, once again, I think we are. If Phoebes gets the Magic collection that he's talking about buying from the 90s or 80s or 90s, right?
I think it's 90s.
We're gonna go over that, right? You guys want us to like kind of he can show us what some of the hits are in that or whatever, and what some of the looking cards. I think we should do that because I don't know much about it. And then, like I said, we'll go through there. Any toys anybody's looking for? What do we like here? Yeah. I've got a bunch of Legos. We saw those. Maybe we'll pull out some of those original G.I. Joes.
And hey, anybody who's already 3 hours into this crazy, weird show that we've found ourselves into, we get it. I love comics too, but at some point, there's only so many hot comics we can talk about before we're just talking about the same thing over and over again. So that's why we have to look at other things sometimes. Just keep that in mind.
Oh, what was he saying? We're not a toy show? I think David's just being.
No, I'm just saying in general. Like, if anybody complaining, what are you talking about? You want to do Magic cards? Well, yeah, because it's something I don't know enough about. I would personally like to know more about
into it. Yeah, no. That's it. Like, not only that, we like to do. I mean, this is real. Like, look, man, the more you can know, the better off. Even if you want to just collect it.
Because what happens? You find yourself at a yard sale, a flea market, you find a stack of Magic cards. You know what you're looking at. You don't want to just buy it on a blind. But if you have some little sense, maybe you can find something.
So here's one, and I don't know if people know this story or not, but like one of the things that I'm kind of known for is like this huge Silver Age, like this beginning of the Silver Age collection that I got pre-Cold Horror or whatever, and piecing it out and selling it. And the reason I had that collection, I didn't know what I bought, to be honest with you. I didn't know. But I was buying toys. I was buying Mark's toys and a couple other things that I'd known very well.
The Marks. I still want to talk about this.
And I had known because of the box sets and everything. And I was buying a collection, and there was these 10 big moving boxes that were in it. And they were all Silver Age comics. And one of the boxes the box that they opened, they're like, "Are you interested?" And I was like, "I guess, but I'm not giving you any extra for it. Like, I'll dig through it." What happened was
the three of us will watch that show together.
Nice.
We'll put it on.
I wanted to do this. I asked Pete to do a wrestling comics thing. He's like, nobody's going to watch that show.
I'd love to try. But
so in that, so I spent $8,000 on a collection, and it was mainly toys, vintage toys at the time. You couldn't get any better than Mark's. Like, the stuff was crazy. There's still some other stuff like cap guns and stuff in there that was just lunacies. And I bought on that, and they said, "Well, we have these too." And I said, "Well, I'll take them, but like they're water damaged."
Like the old Marks, like the aluminum toy, like the metal toys.
Yeah, the metal toys. There's a lot of metal toys. No, it was the metal sets.
The ones like the
not the repaint 60s Planets. There was some of that in there, but the main stuff. No, I know. Yeah, like the Terror of whatever. Yeah, no, those sets were in there and boxed. And they were complete, but
so you're like that
was like the $300
Rogers type stuff.
Yeah, that was like the $300 or $400 sets. I was going after the Army stuff and like the Roy Rogers stuff. There's actually the ray guns. There's actually legitimately like the Roy Roger, the buckle thing with the bullets that you could put into the gun, like that whole thing. I was going after that. Okay, so it cost me
Okay,
$8,000 for
okay.
the collection. So I ended up buying that, and in there they throw in these. I think it was 4 moving boxes, and one of them, the one we looked at, had water damage. But what happened was it created paper mache or dopage.
Huh.
Is that what it's called?
Decoupage.
Decoupage. So the water and the damaged books were only on the outside, and the whole inside were a bunch of 6.0, 7.0 Silver Age shit. Actually, that's where I got the showcase for that the 6.0 from. I was in that set, yeah. So I mean, that's it. You never know, but I didn't even know. I actually had to call on some of the boys to help me because I was having some people at the time.
Nobody can know everything.
Yeah, I was having some people time to go through it.
You kind of learn as much as you can, know as much as you can, but people specialize in things, and you just got to know who your specialists are and who to reach out to sometimes.
Oh, Eric, man, that's gonna suck, dude. That's one other thing they didn't do on my porch. They didn't do.
You gotta put that beam up. Those things aren't cheap. But yeah, engineers, even get an engineer to look gets expensive.
5th gen, 32-bit CD 3D games. Cool. All right. So thank you, Obi. I'm glad that you liked the show. Hey, can we do wrestling comics next week, please?
We'll figure it out one of these days.
Oh,
put it on the list.
We have it on the list. We also got what was the one we have? We
got Kirby. I know we got Kirby on the list.
But we have Spider-Man Ultimate Universe versus original Universe 616. Remember, I have that list. I just ran into it the other day.
What were the other dumbass things I threw out there? Oh, it was like Spider-Man crossover events. Because I think we did the X-Men crossover events. I threw it out for Spidey.
Yeah.
As well as like an idea. And
we should do crossover for Spider-Man. Yeah, we should do that. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it for Spider-Man. One of those 2 we'll do. One of those 3 we'll do. Eric, the problem with engineering, the problem with the engineering, if you can hold off for a while, and this is why, the price of that engineered wood it's always astronomical. But at this point right now, it is extremely expensive just for the product in itself, not even for installation. Because honestly, installation, let's be serious. If you really need a load bearing wall with the engineered wood, the labor is not. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out how to do it. There's a couple.
It could take machines though. It does take machines. But you can also do the jacks thing where you jacks, sub, jack. It's a pain in the ass. You need a couple people to do it. But it's expensive. Like the actual fee to do it, like the actual wood, the engineered wood, the piece, the beam. Plus the whole process. Again, I watched a lot of those shows.
Yeah.
Like you got to take the load bearing wall down, but at the same time you got to put the temporary wall in. So then you could put the load bearing piece. It's like a lot of extra work to get one thing done.
If you're doing it, there's a way you could shift a low bearing wall out in a sub because you push it up for the other low bearing. But this is not. You know
what I'm saying? Like you put the temporary holding and.
Well, yeah, but okay. Once again, not this old house. It is expensive. I am sorry to hear that. Can you go on vacation and then have a cat run on top of your stove with a firecracker attached to its tail or something, maybe? You know what I'm saying? Sweet Home Alabama style, bro. You know what I'm saying here, right? Right.
It was not a big storm.
Tsunami. Okay. Oh, it's only 10-foot wall. Yeah.
It might be all right.
No, I don't know, dude. That beam's expensive, man. Eric. Foundation support's not too damn.
Maybe you get steel. Well, if it's going to be recessed and hidden.
You think steel beams is cheap, huh, bro?
Yeah. No, I know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Okay. All the steel mills that are in America nowadays.
I don't know.
Dark walnut. I'm going to do my load bearing beam has to be made out of dark walnut, please.
My home is made
how
of
are
a
we
rich
picking up
mahogany.
viewers at this point? Who wants to watch this?
I
All
don't
right.
know. Because
We
we just talking
appreciate-
nonsense.
I know. I got to do something about this back because it's going to seize up in a moment. All right. I appreciate everybody that watches. We will catch you on this channel at one point or another. Our next live show is the Sunday show.
It's Sunday.
Exclusively. The exclusive home is now on Rennavision. Where you get paid. All right. We will see you on Sunday. Take us out? Was that a takeout?
It was, but I wasn't ready
See you later,
for it.
Secret. I wasn't.
But yeah,
A plastic beam, yeah. Make it on Jello pudding pops. Let's see what happens.
aluminum. We can use recycled products.
No, that was a great time too, Joe. Yeah, aluminum.
Stack a few comics. Just stack some long boxes. You'll be fine. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time.
I could.